Morning!
Good morning, you gardeners. How are you doing today?
Do you know what? We've had a bit of a morning, haven't we?
There's been some dramas this morning.
Yes.
So first you couldn't get out your house or your gate.
I couldn't get out the gate, it was frozen.
And then when we got here, we couldn't get in the gate because it was frozen.
So like, what do we do?
Still had to hop over the gate, give it a bash.
Yeah. But it's a cold morning, so I know a lot of you will be sat at home by the fire, no doubt. But we are going to have a wonderful 3 hours of gardening. Lots of, you'll be pleased to know, lots of fully winter hardy plants. And, lots of ideas for 2025 and some great deals. But if you missed Thursday's show, we had big news.
Yes, we did.
Huge news.
Yeah, it was pretty good because we know that there have been amazing benefits added to the club membership. It was always brilliant. We always loved it. You always got your 10% discount and your YouGarden discount vouchers, £20 worth, but actually it's got bigger and better in 2025, just like everything else that we're doing here at YouGarden. You now get 15% discount.
15%? That's off all plants, all compost, all of your pots. 15% discount on every single order. That is amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. And you're going to get a couple of extra vouchers included for free postage. So 2 of them, they're $6.99 each, so you can use those for free postage. If you're already a member and you're going, well, when am I going to get those? They will come when you renew your membership. When your membership renews, that will come through.
But it's just brilliant, isn't it? It just means bigger savings, means you can buy more plants.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's my goal for 2025, buy more plants. But we would love you to be part of our show, so if you want to interact with us, you can email us ygtv@yougarden.com. You can, of course, chat with us on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to unlock all of the promotions. You do need to use our discount off code, which is YGTV0225. You still get, by the way, free postage when you spend over £40 or more as well. So we've kept that going for, well, ever since we started, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you don't want to spend £40 with us, we do cap the postage at £6.99.
Another thing we've kept going, though, is the free gift that you get with every order, and that's unlocked using the code you can see on the screen there, YGTV0225. Today's free gift is the Blooming Fast fertiliser. It's the 100 gram sachet, which makes, is it 100 grams?
Yes.
Which makes 100 litres, which is, depending on the size of your watering can, could be 20 watering cans full of the most amazing plant food. Free gift with every purchase.
And the great thing is you can, stockpile this. Last year I ended up with like a dozen sachets in my greenhouse.
Perfect.
And you use it for pretty much everything, including your houseplants as well. So do stock up on that. Worth £4.99, and it will make 100 litres of that premium plant food, really high in N, P and K. Right, let's have a little tease of what's coming up.
Well, we've got lots of shrubs for you. We did the show on Thursday. Shaun was busy at QVC, so this is your first.
I wasn't.
Well, you went on Thursday, but
No.
you were there yesterday
Yeah.
and the day before.
I was in the greenhouse.
Were you? Were you on
Thursday.
a nice day gardening?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was tidying up the greenhouse, actually.
Very good.
It was shocking. It really was. So now I was just tidying up, and I did a few chores for my mum.
Oh, very good.
Yes, I was a good son
Well
on
done.
Thursday.
Well done.
He's an absolute angel, is my Shaun. That's what she said.
Well, all the things that were really popular on Thursday is what we've got out. So we've got our favourites table over there. I'm really pleased to see that some of the ones that we actually picked to go on that table have actually remained on that table as well. We did all right. We didn't do too bad at all. We've got that lovely Four Seasons heather collection, which is really beautiful, really easy maintenance. We've got that Chilean lantern. I adore the Chilean lantern.
Do you know what? I haven't got that, but
No, me
I
neither.
loved it as a child. So I'm very tempted with the Chilean lantern.
I was very taken with that
It's
one.
cute, isn't it?
That's on my list for sure. The gorgeous Dixonia, which I forgot to take a picture of, but the gorgeous Dixonia over there as well. The angel wings, and obviously Shaun's favourite in there, the Verbena bonariensis as well.
So and there's some great prices on those. And then we've got some amazing shrubs. I mean, I love all of those, but I've got to say, I think Ceanothus is probably my favourite there.
Well, Ceanothus should be in every garden, but actually we've got Abelia in there.
Yeah,
with
now that
beautiful
again,
coloured leaves.
that's something I've never grown, but I love the kaleidoscope of colour.
I do, and you get
pretty
flowers
amazing.
and berries on there as well, which is brilliant. We've got the Philadelphus, rather. I won't add an extra syllable in there.
That's what I do best.
Yeah, I love Philadelphus, that mock orange. We've got the Escalonia. Oh, my word. Everybody needs Escalonia, don't they? And, of course, we've got a beautiful rhododendron at this end as well, and it's
covered in buds.
I mean, big fat buds on there as well. So that's going to have some amazing flowers very soon, in fact.
And I'm going to draw attention to one plant that's right behind me.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I saw an adult pantomime last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it with Hayley and Shaun?
No, it was his friends. But oh my word, was it rude?
Was it?
It's
I do love the adult pantos.
I mean, it was,
they're naughty, aren't they?
There was no innuendo. It was just out there. Why I said that, I don't know. Oh yeah, because what's behind me. So this year, I'm going to do a whole border of hydrangeas, and I'm 99% sure that this is the one that I'm going to go for.
I think this would be incredible, and I'm with you on this.
Do you know
I'd love to get an incredible. What?
It's because our head gardener, Peter McDermott, that's what he did. And that is the thing. I kind of feel I need to ask Peter.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah, okay. Because honestly, Peter McDermott is our head gardener, and his garden all his life. And I saw pictures of his garden, and he's done whole borders with the Hydrangea Incredible.
I am fine with.
Geranium Roseanne.
I'm fine with borrowing ideas.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. That's what this gardening community is all about. We can share these kinds of planting schemes.
And do you know what? That one of the reasons why I waited to buy is because I was waiting for the 15%. Because we knew about it about a week ago or so. We kept trying to give you a few hints and tips and the heads up. But yeah, I'm going to do a whole board of this. And incredible, it has the biggest flower heads you can imagine. I mean, they're huge.
And
they're like head size.
Because it's been improved, because it's an upgrade on the previous Annabelle variety, it's supposed to be much stronger, because Annabelle did suffer a little bit with...
Yeah, the flowers were too heavy,
They were too heavy, whereas Incredible has been bred to be stronger stems, so they stay upright.
And that means you've got glorious, huge hydrangea flowers.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to plant one of those.
I mean, they're amazing,
aren't
they? I mean,
they are stunning.
And when I saw our head gardeners say border full of those, it was just so. Look at them, so impressive. If you want to go for that, we've got an amazing price. Between you and I, was also waiting for the price to come down. It has today. The club discount price is only $19.54. And I am going to say what I would do if I was you. If you're thinking about doing a whole board of those, rather than just buy 10 in one go, remember, you get free postage when you spend over £40 and a free gift when you spend over £40. So if you are thinking about several of those, like I am, you might want to do it in several separate orders just to get more free gifts.
I absolutely would do it like that. Yeah. You get more for your money by doing that. I know our viewers are very savvy, our regular viewers are very savvy when it comes to that, but if you are sort of new to us, stick around, get the hints and tips, because there are certain things you can do with your order to get the most out of your hard-earned money. And
don't forget, last year was the year of the hydrangeas. We do have wetter climates now in the UK. Hydrangeas love a moist soil, so if certain plants last year didn't do very well, I mean, I think a lot of plants suffered from diseases because of the wet. Quite a few plants suffered from having roots that rotted because the ground was too waterlogged and things like that. Hydrangeas did amazing last year. It was certainly the year of the hydrangeas, and that is an incredible hydrangea.
Right, good morning to everybody in the YouTube chat. Obviously, if you're on Facebook watching, Stu's keeping an eye on that. We will obviously interact. Like Phil, hello to you, Phil, watching on Facebook. You're in Hastings.
In Hastings.
Good morning.
Wonder what the weather's like in Hastings.
On YouTube, we've got Elaine, we've got Neil, we've got Bill, we've got Grimmy, we've got Ruth, we've got Keith. Yep. Oh, it's Dingo, isn't it? Sorry.
Hello, Dingo.
I always do that. Good morning, Dingo. So, quick scan across the messages. Neil would like to say great couple of shows on QVC lately, Shaun.
Thank you very much, Neil. I had a great time, and thank you for watching, Neil. We do appreciate you kind of watching us on all the different platforms that we broadcast on. Thank you, Neil.
Bill says, morn all from snowy Scotland. Guru says, good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a good week despite the cold snap. Ruth is saying, good morning to everyone. Can't stay for long, but we'll watch in full later. Thank you, Ruth. Much appreciated. You can obviously tune in and watch these shows whenever you want to. It's nice to have you here live and interacting, but if you want to watch back later, you can do.
Can I just say, I would love to know what you think about the new club benefits.
Yeah.
Let us know. Does everyone? Did we play the video on Thursday?
Yeah, we played it as like the show opener. So,
really?
And we played it a couple of times during
Is it all right?
It's beautiful.
Oh,
I think Stu's done a really good
honestly,
job with it.
It was so funny. Bex and I and Stu, you know, most of you know Stu, obviously he's in charge of all the technical. So we had to do a shoot for the new club membership, and we're sort of like batting and balling,
flip-flopping, weren't we?
And we had to learn the script really quickly, didn't we? And Bex had like a chunk that was really difficult, didn't you?
Yeah, there was a really long
bit.
bit.
A really wordy long bit.
Yeah.
And I was just giggling in the background because it took quite a few takes.
It took a few takes to get it. We got there in the end.
I wasn't perfect myself by any means. But there was a lot to actually get across with all the new benefits. So if you don't know them, stay tuned, because I'm sure we'll be playing that little clip of film a little bit later on.
Yeah,
But
sure
the new benefits of the club, they're so exciting. Obviously, we're club members. We've got about 45,000 club members, but it just means bigger savings, more benefits, more rewards for 2025. So it's great news.
We have got a few emails, and I want to address Jeffrey's email straight away. He says, "Good morning, hi both. My bare root roses have arrived, but the ground is covered in 6 inches of snow. Can I leave them in the greenhouse still wrapped up? Thanks, Jeff in Runcorn." Well, you can leave them wrapped up for a period of time. They do need planting or dealing with as soon as possible. But yes, you're right, you can't plant them in the ground right now. So yes, you could leave them somewhere where they're frost-free for a few days, and actually in a couple of days, and depending on where you are, you're in Runcorn, so it's warming up in a couple of days. This is the end of the cold snap, basically, for now anyway. So yeah, I reckon you could leave them for a couple of days and plant them. Or what you could do is give them a temporary home in a pot, like one of our heavy-duty pots or a large pot. Soak it and plant it in the pot, and then when you're ready to, you can plant it out.
They call it healing in, so it's like a temporary home. But if you are... What's that noise?
Oh, that's our TikTok counter.
Oh my word, I forgot it was... Yeah, I forgot about that.
So we do live TikTok shows. And
this
is our new little gadget and toy that we've got, which counts whenever we get a new follower. It clicks and goes up.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I know. There you go. Oh,
sorry, that was very.
Apologies. Moving on.
That was a bit hyper, wasn't it? So yes, keep them wrapped up. As soon as it warms up, give them a good soak and plant them. But as Beck says, you might want to just start them off in pots for this next few months.
Yeah, just don't leave them too long. We do say get onto your bare roots as soon as possible, really. So a couple of days will be fine, but then get them planted either in the ground or temporarily in a pot for the time being.
But don't dig through that snow and try and plant it.
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Elaine has
morning,
sent
Elaine.
us a message. Good morning to you,
we
Elaine.
love our Elaine, don't we?
Her order arrived the other day. She did tell us what she was ordering, and one of them was the gin and tonic plant, and I can spot that straight away.
Yes.
We got the amazing cordyline. Which one do we think that is? Is it can? I don't think it's can. It's Australia. Can't remember, but it's beautiful.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Magic Star. Maybe it's Magic Star. We've got a couple of shrubs in the background there. Can't remember what those were that you ordered. But that order is a fantastic looking order.
Yeah, the two I recognise are the gin and tonics.
Yeah.
Definitely remember those.
Thank you, Elaine, for sending your picture. We really appreciate it. And Grimmy has sent us a picture of my YouGarden Philadelphus flowering last year with other plants flowering in the background. We've got a Philadelphus.
Yes, we have.
Oh, my word, look at that.
God.
Wow. And with the colour that you've got with those other flowers... Oh my word, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, I come to work out what's that. That's a bit of an acer poking into the right.
It's an acer,
it?
yeah, that's an acer there.
And then that looks like an iris. Yeah, you got some irises in the background.
I love them with that splash of colour though. That looks so good.
But I'm just imagining what that Philadelphus, what it smelled like, that mock orange. And that is available on the show today at £9. And 99 pence. And club members. So you see, normally I work out the discounts in my head.
It's kind of easy on a £10 product, but I was trying to do it the other day and I was like, the discount's on the screen.
But I mean, it's $8.49 now. This is why it's so good to be a club member. If you're not a club member, you can join today, don't forget, as well. Yay. So yes, that is coming up.
All right, so we're taking a bit of time. Let's talk to you about some plants, shall we? Because that's what you're here for, basically, not just us rambling on. We've got the Kolkwitzia, which is on an amazing deal for you. It is a buy one, get one free, which is brilliant.
So I got two for club members, $16.99.
Yeah.
£8.50 each.
£8.50 each.
I haven't seen this for quite a while. I was thinking thinking when I was looking at the show yesterday, I haven't seen these for quite a while.
They are really big and well established, wonderful in those 3 litre pots, multi-stemmed as well. That's going to give some beautiful displays, isn't it? May, June time is when these are flowering for you. Obviously you get lovely foliage on there, but you get these beautiful pink flowers on there. Obviously it's called pink cloud, which gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. And it'll get nice and big as well if you let this. This can get to sort of 3 metres height, good 3 metre, if not a little bit more in spread as well. Really, really pretty, low maintenance as well, very easy to grow and actually tolerant of lots of different soil types.
Yeah, okay, it's nice. We used to have that as a child.
Did you?
It's a really easy one.
Yeah, simple.
Nice, easy one. And it's a buy one, get one free. So you buy one, you get one absolutely free. So just put one in your basket with the code YGTV0225. If you miss out the code, then you're kissing goodbye, waving goodbye to all of the special offers. So you always have to use the code.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, you'll get your free gift and you'll get the other free Kolkwitzia added into your basket. Yeah. So just put one in your basket into the code.
And if ever you're looking at your basket thinking, hang on, the prices are wrong, it's not what Shaun and Beck said, it's because you haven't used the code, okay? And this is your freebie, which is the blooming fast. Now, I'm quite tempted with this one. The fence berry, the golden lantern, yes.
It's actually an award-winning plant as well. This has got the RHS Award of Garden Merit, so I always like to start with that because I think it's important for us to know that this one's been trialled and tested by the RHS.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the top of the game, aren't they?
Actually, I'll be honest. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got that AGM, so it means it's garden worthy. It's been trialled and tested. It's met all of those criteria, and it is really, really easy to grow in your garden. Okay, so the foliage appears in springtime, and it's got lovely sort of arching stems on this one, and you get lovely golden green leaves on there. And then, sort of in the height of summer, June, right the way through to September, you'll get these flowers.
Yeah, I think the whole look is quite unusual, don't you?
I like them.
Yeah, I do.
So they're sort of dangling clusters you get, and I like that actually the petals are sort of pointing downwards.
Yeah.
I think it's quite whimsical. I like the way that it's shaped. It does indeed have berries that appear on there as well. You get lovely dark purple berries in autumn, which is a wonderful thing for the birds as well, because it will invite the birds into your garden. It's lovely having loads and loads of wildlife. You don't just have to feed them with fat balls and things. You can actually provide food for them with plants. So that's a really good way of bringing the birds into your garden. It's fast growing, it's award winning, and all you have to do really is a little light prune after flowering. So this would be sort of autumn time, once those flowers have gone over, a little light prune just to maintain the shape and encourage more foliage and flowers the next year.
I'm really tempted with that one. I've got a lot of gaps in my garden. Again, it's going to arrive in a big 3 litre pot. And don't worry, I know it's cold outside, okay? Let's not shy away from that. So there are certain things that we're going to say, okay, you might need to protect them and things like that, but a lot of the plants, the vast majority, are fully winter hardy. Yeah. You don't have to do anything with this. I mean, you've got to imagine, this is just out on the nursery right now in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely fine. So you can buy it now, get these amazing savings, get these prices, and decide where you're going to plant it, what you're going to do with it when the weather warms up. But it'll be very happy in that pot for a good few months. And
it's a great price as well. It's almost half price. We've taken £12 off that price.
It's really good.
And that's incredible. And of course, you're getting your 15% discount by being a club member. If you're not a club member, join today, because you lock your price in. The price you pay when you join is the price you will always pay as long as you keep renewing your membership.
I'm so excited about this new 15% discount.
Brilliant.
I really am.
We're going to buy loads of plants.
Tell me the half back. I said, look, just be prepared. We're going to be buying lots more plants this year. Right, we've also got, coming up, we have got a wonderful selection of blueberries for you.
Yes, we have. We've also got an amazing deal on our ericaceous compost to go with them.
We certainly have.
Yeah.
So if you've got any kind of acid-loving plants, things like your camellias, your rhododendrons, your azaleas, your blueberries.
The Chilean lantern that we're going to show you, because that needs ericaceous compost. The heather needs a bit of ericaceous compost.
Yeah, I always think heathers do a lot better in ericaceous. I've tried it without, I'll be honest, but
they don't do as well, do they?
No, they give up after a while. So, it's really worth getting a bag of that. Postage is included, 100,042.
Okay, we're going to start with your favourite. This was your favourite plant last year, wasn't it? For the Verbena bonariensis, Shaun, he's not going to change the details. How much do you think that in the, is it 2 litre? In the 2 litre pot, how much do you reckon?
No, I think I know the answer.
Do you?
But then I'm not sure now. I'm questioning myself.
You're normally quite good at remembering prices and things. It's really well established.
It was low, remember that? Was it $6.99?
Was it? No, you...
$5.99. $4.99. I knew it was low. Hang on, my voice is very high today. I'm too excited. Or if you are a club member, £4.25. That is amazing.
That should be a deal of the week, shouldn't it? I mean, at that price, that saving.
That's a deal of the year.
That should be a deal of the week. I mean, it's huge.
Do you know what? Mine to get to that size, it did take a few years. I bought smaller plants. So those are mine there, and that gives you an idea of why I love Verbena bonariensis. What I've done, because mine have self-seeded and yours may well do the same, I've now put them all the way around the edge of the garden. I love them. They're brilliant for pollinators, and last year was one of the worst years for butterflies. I think it was the 14th worst year for butterflies because of the wet weather. So it's brilliant for pollinators, bees, butterflies. They love the Verbena bonariensis, not the Benina, the Verbena bonariensis. And what I love, I really like this clip of film because it really shows how transparent the plant is. It never overtakes, it never crowds other plants. It can blend in beautifully with any other plants in your garden. It just adds.
Do you know what I like? I saw you posted some pictures the other day on Facebook.
Oh,
and one
the
of
winter
them
ones.
was actually a winter scene of what you're looking at there, where obviously you've left, you didn't trim them down or anything, you've left them, and it's really pretty actually seeing that in the bright sunshine when it's got all the flowers on. But then if you go onto Shaun's Facebook page, Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man, you'll see the other day he posted some pictures of that scene, and it's the winter scene, and it is beautiful.
In fact, you've just given an idea. I should do a split picture of like summer and winter. But
absolutely
you're right,
gorgeous.
equally as beautiful. Now, what I would say to all of our gardening friends out there, and these are fully winter hardy. Again, you don't think, oh, there's snow outside, so I can't buy it because I need to plant it. You don't. That'll be very happy in its current pot.
Yeah, you can leave it.
A couple of months or so, be absolutely fine.
Absolutely.
Just keep your eye on the watering, obviously, because if it's a bit windy and things, it could dry out. But I would buy those en masse. You don't want just one for bonariensis. Do you know what? I've chipped my front tooth. I think it's affecting.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, can you tell? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So that, I think it's
Dentist
affecting.
trip?
Oh, yes. But, he wasn't open, sadly, on Friday afternoon. So anyway, I would buy them en masse. You don't just want one of these. They work really great, like I did. There you go.
Well done,
So there they are. You're so right, Bex. I love that winter scene.
I think it's gorgeous. Honestly, I've taken a few pictures in my garden. I left my Verbena up as well, and I took a picture the other day because that lovely winter frosty scene, I think, is obviously it's the opposite end of the scale, but it's got its own beauty to it, hasn't it?
Yeah. So and the benefit of leaving them throughout the winter, I got about 100 free plants. They self-seeded, and I'll be honest, I saw all these little seedlings, and I thought for a second, are they weeds? And then I looked closer, and I was like, no.
And you can tell, can't you? You really can tell when you see it's very
quite
distinctive. Yeah.
But I would definitely multi-order those. They just love a sunny position, well-drained soil, and you really can. I see them as a great chorus member, so they just enhance any other plant in your garden. We're big fans of it.
Definitely.
Yeah, brilliant plants, and $4.99 today. $4.99. I tell you, you get some really great deals in the winter sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do.
It's a good time to shop.
Don't think, it's too cold. Don't. Buy it now, get that price, lock it in, and then just plant it when you can. Fully winter hardy. David's on Facebook. Good morning.
Good morning, David. Are you okay? So David joined in December, and he's obviously he's locked in the price he paid. He's got his £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers, and he's getting his 15% discount now. But he's asking about those extra couple of vouchers, which are the free postage ones that you get. Unfortunately, David, yours won't come until you renew the next time. And the reason being, I appreciate that feels like a long time for you, but somebody might have only had 1 week left of their membership, and then they would have got 2 lots of them. So we just had to make a decision that everybody everybody just gets it either when they join or when their club membership renews. So yeah, you'll get them, but it will be when they renew.
But you got the latest. You got yes.
Yeah.
Good point. Thank you, Stu. But David, you have locked in that presumably on the automatic renewal.
Presumably.
Your membership will be £5 every year for the rest of your life. Now, anyone else that's joined now, although they'll get the postage vouchers, they'll be paying £10 every year to auto-renew.
And they will lock that in as well. If we ever put the price up, that will be locked in.
So, David, you still did the right thing by locking in the £5 auto-renewal. You really did, because you'll save an absolute fortune. Right, so we love the Verbena bonariensis. Third time lucky there. Right, Senecio angel wings. I love this plant. I've got this plant. I know, Bex, you've got your eye on it, haven't you?
I have got my eye on it. I think it's beautiful. I like the fact that you don't actually need a frosty day for this to have that lovely frosty look to it. I like that it is really tactile as well. It feels like bunny's ears.
Yes.
You know? It's like the softest part of their ears. Very strokable.
That's my nickname for it, bunny's ears.
Yeah.
They're stunning.
I think it's quite unique. It's got these beautifully textured leaves. It does stay strong throughout the year. It does, it can cope with a bit of frost, but in the worst of weather, it's probably going to need a little bit of protection.
Mine's in the greenhouse right now, and it's got a little bit of fleece around it.
Yeah, I think in the worst of weather, you do need to give it a little bit of
if you are buying this today and it's still cold when you receive it, I would give it that little bit of protection.
The good thing about it, though, is that it is drought tolerant once it gets established. It's actually, good for coastal locations because it can cope with sort of salt sea spray and things like that and drying winds. So it's got loads of other benefits, as well as the fact that I think it's really beautiful and it offers contrast in your garden. We brought it out the other day with the phormiums, the black velvet, because I just think that planting scheme together would be lovely.
Yeah, I love it, and it really, again, that silver colour does, as Bex has just said, it really highlights other plants in your garden.
And it's quite pest-free as well, to be honest with you. It doesn't seem to suffer too much with being nibbled and having issues.
Actually, that is a good point. Yeah, mine's never suffered with slugs or disease, actually. It doesn't go too big either, about 50 by 50, but beautiful foliage, and I think foliage texture in your garden is so important.
I do.
It's beautiful, that one. Do you know what I'm thinking, actually? And I haven't done it, but you mentioned that next to even the Verbena.
Yeah.
Because the purple against the silver. I think purple, silver and white can look divine, can't
Very
it?
classy, yeah.
Yes. I'm a classy man, Bex.
He is.
The viewers go, no, you're not.
There he is.
Now, something that we'd love everybody to go for today is the Dicksonia, because these are extraordinary. I'm very lucky. I've got quite a large one of these, but I've had it many, many years. We actually sell tree ferns, Dicksonia, the big ones. We sell them at YouGarden. Some are £200 to £300.
And they're up here, they're tall.
They are decades old, they really are. But if you've always wanted a Dicksonia, we have got one for you to actually own for under £5, £4.24 for club members. So now, if you have got the budget, I'm very lucky. I've got the I think I got the one that was £175. But we've got all different sizes, so do bear that in mind. You know, whatever budget you've got, we have got a Dicksonia for you.
And you can shop the website, by the way, using our code.
Oh, yes.
Just enter our code so you get your free gift. You don't have to just buy what we're showing you. You can go and surf the web and have a little look on our YouGarden website. You'll still get the free shipping over 40. You'll still get the free gift.
And do you know, I was just thinking, actually, on the bigger purchases, like the Dicksonia for £275, with your 15% discount now, makes a big difference. So that would save you over £41.
Nice maths.
See?
Well done.
So it does, you know, if you are a club member, on those bigger purchases that you might make from time to time, 15% off is actually huge, isn't it? But you can have a Dicksonia, a little baby one.
A little baby.
For £4.24.
And look, I got this. It's coming up to 2 years ago, I reckon, when I got mine. And it was this size. And
yours did well, didn't it?
It did really well. And I promised I'd take a picture, and I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. I did take it in the other day, though. This is the important thing to tell you. So I hadn't protected it at all up until now. I probably should have done, but I had it in a really good place in the garden. It was a really nice there, in fact, right against the fence, lovely and sheltered in the corner. That was it after about a year, so it'd done really well. And then I moved it out the front of the house because they like a shady spot, and I've got a north-facing front, you know, of the house. So I thought, actually, that's really nice. And that's it at about 18 months old. It's a little bit bigger now, but I did move it into the porch just a couple of days ago because of this cold snap. We don't want the centre of the Dicksonia to die because that's where the fronds come from. So that's why I've put it in the porch. I'll take it back out again tomorrow or the day after when it's nice and warm again. They're pretty tolerant, but once you're starting to get down into minus numbers, that's when they just need a wee bit of protection.
I was just really impressed at how quickly yours grew, because they are slow growing.
I had it in the perfect spot. Shady,
but it really
moist.
did well, didn't it?
It did so well where it was. I don't know why I put it at the front of the house.
But I remember seeing these in New Zealand. I was very lucky to travel to New Zealand about 10 years ago, and they are magnificent. They really are, but they do grow very well in the UK.
I love the way the fronds open up, because they sort of curl like this and then they just unfurl. They've got this lovely shape to them, haven't they?
It's fascinating. And you think about how old these are. These are one of the oldest plants on Earth. They really are. Right, Grimmy has got a question apparently, Bex, on the YouTube chat.
Yes, I will grab the YouTube chat so I can answer that. So
definitely give it some protection right now, because it is a baby tree fern. It's not going to want the frost. But you can fleece it. Yeah, you know, mine currently is in the greenhouse in a pot. But they are absolutely beautiful and fascinating.
Right, this is interesting actually, Grimmy, and I think the answer is yes. Question on the Dicksonia: could you hollow out the top of a log and stand it upright to get the tree fern effect, then transplant it in a few years when it's grown a little? You could. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think Adam was talking about this the other day when he was here as well. And also, if you've got a big one and the centre dies, you can actually just buy a little one and put that in there, and you've still got that amazing effect.
Yeah. But that's a great.
So yeah, totally, you could do that.
Great idea. I think you could be quite creative with these. Yeah. You really could. That's why I love the idea of that.
Because you've got a big one, but then I think you said didn't you go for a few little ones because you were going to put them around it? Did you do that?
I did, and I've got a little. They're all in the greenhouse right now. They really are. So do be a little bit cautious. But I mean, $4.24 for a Dicksonia. And I'm just thinking, if you've maybe put together an order and it's hovering around about like £37 and you want to get free delivery, just pop that in your basket. But they are lovely, and you might well want to go for 3 of those, because 3s work so well. 3 of those in pots could look absolutely amazing.
Oh, I might get a couple more. Why not?
Yeah. They're really cute. The Dicksonia is so cute, and you know, if you've got the budget and you want to buy a big one, great. But the little ones are superb. They really are. And it was just, you know, to get that price, when you think of, you know, how slow-growing Dicksonias are, and you know, they're not an easy plant to find in the UK. Yeah, and that's amazing.
They are sustainably sourced. That's the important thing to tell you. And rather than actually buying, and you know, it's great that we've got the big ones, but actually it's probably better to take a little one. Rather than the great big ones, and take it on that journey with you. That's why I got it, because I actually wanted to have something that's going to be a long-term project for hopefully the rest of my life.
Now, we're going to move on to a plant that I don't know why I haven't got in my garden. It's on my list today. And it's the Chilean lantern tree. And I remember, as a child, being fascinated by this one.
It is beautiful, isn't it? I'm really... This was on my list the other day.
I mean, look at that, Bex.
I do adore it. I think it's really... I'm using the word whimsical again today, but it does have this whimsy to it, doesn't it? With those lantern flowers hanging down. They're a beautiful colour as well.
I just think it looks exotic. It's unusual.
Yeah, and you get the flowers lasting for quite a while as well, don't you, on this plant?
Yeah, you do.
So
It's not just about the lanterns.
Can start from about sort of May time, and it'll go through the summer months for you. It's award-winning. It's evergreen. You know, you've always got the leaves on there as well. The only thing really that it needs, I suppose, is, well, 2 things. Yes, it needs ericaceous compost, so do consider that. I'm going to get it and grow it in a pot because of that reason. Also, I want to take it with me when I move house. So yeah, I'll be growing it in a pot for a while. But it does prefer a slightly sheltered position, I would suggest, as well. So it can cope in a full sun position, but it's probably better in a part sun, a dappled shade position.
Do you know what? I know exactly where that's going to go in my garden, because I've got an ericaceous border, and it's walled, and I think it'll do really nicely there. But I love the colour, don't you?
I do. I really like the colour of those lantern flowers. I think they are really pretty.
And so the fact that it is evergreen as well.
And it will get really big if you let it. A good 3-4 metres high. It'll spread by a couple of metres, 2-3 metres as well. So
and when you
could
see
be a real feature.
When you see those in their full maturity covered in lanterns, they are rather fabulous.
Grimmy sent us a picture on Thursday, actually, of his Chilean lantern.
Oh,
I think this is just down the side of his bar there.
Grimmy,
we're getting to know your garden very well.
Grimmy,
We sort of know the layout.
You have got so many wonderful plants.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, look at that.
So you've got the foliage, you've got the lovely lantern flowers coming down. It's very, very pretty. Are we able to show it, Stu?
Yeah, go on.
Here we go.
This is so good.
Look.
I wonder how long Grimmy's had that one, because it's a fair size, isn't it?
It's a decent size.
Yeah.
It's certainly not at full maturity, but it is a decent size.
Oh.
It's quite an easy one as well. Okay, so when it comes to pruning, you could do it in spring or autumn after the flowers have faded, a little light prune. But what you can do as well to help it is you're hoping for a bit like with your fruit trees. You're looking for a little bit of light and air to be able to get into the centre, and that will really help it. It'll create more flowers for you ultimately if you do that.
I'm going to try that one.
I am as well.
Yeah.
That was top of my list the other day.
Yeah, it's just...
Now I'm adding some Dixonia in as well.
What I love about working here at YouGarden, that we've got such an amazing, huge selection of plants. So whatever type of garden you've got, whatever you're looking for, you might have a huge garden, you might just have a balcony, you might be a very experienced gardener, you might be a novice. It doesn't matter. We've got plants for everybody.
We have indeed.
You know, so, yeah, it's always exciting, and it's always... I love this time of year, so... It's a time where we really, really start to plan our gardens. Before you know it, the clocks will have changed. Is it 11 weeks today?
Oh, is it? Have you looked? It's not long, is it?
I think it's 11 weeks today.
It's noticeably getting lighter in the evenings, which I'm really enjoying.
Stu says it's 10 weeks till the first Grand Prix. That's how he measures his year. Yeah, that's typical of Stu. But I think when's the Grand Prix then, Stu? Back in March, yes. I think it's 11 weeks till the clocks change. So it's not, it's not that long. And don't be scared of buying plants today. We're giving you as much advice as we can. Certain plants like the Dixonia, the angel wings, we say give them protection. But a lot of the plants you can buy now. You can keep them outside in their current pots, and they'll be absolutely fine. We've got many. And actually, just one more thing. If you're not sure about any plants that you're buying, whether they're winter hardy or not, on our website we've got lovely little symbols that tell you if a plant is winter hardy or not. It's like a little snowflake, and if you see that snowflake, it means it's fully winter hardy, and there it is. So it means it's also backed by a lifetime guarantee. So if you buy a plant from us today and it has a winter hardy symbol and it dies, we will replace it for free. All you pay is the postage and packaging. So don't be scared of buying today. Say, if it's winter hardy, lifetime guarantee. So it means that if it doesn't survive for whatever reason, we will replace it for free. And that is a lifetime guarantee. It's not a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. It's a lifetime guarantee, which is brilliant.
Which you'd have on your Four Seasons Heather collection, because this is definitely considered winter hardy.
In fact, this used to be a heather nursery, and on the entrance to YouGarden, there's a whole bank of heathers. And you're right, today they're covered in snow, frost.
Looking beautiful.
Looking beautiful, yeah.
I love it. So there's a walk I do in the Peak District. I never remember the name of it. Damn it!
It's a Peak District walk.
It's a Peak District walk. Anyway, up on one of the peaks. It's beautiful. It's one of my favourite walks that I do, and the heather growing up there is incredible, and it looks great at every time of the year that I've been. But there is a particular time when it's in full flower, full bloom, and the fragrance that you've got on this 4-hour hike that we do right up to the top. It is absolutely incredible. God. I thoroughly enjoy heather. It's low maintenance. It's easy to grow. These are the benefits for going for heather in your gardens.
But it does prefer an acid soil. And I'll be honest, I have sometimes tried a heather in just regular compost.
Yeah.
And I've found it does okay for a while, but then it starts to struggle. So
absolutely.
Do buy our evocacious compost today, because it really will appreciate it. And then heathers, you can have them for years, can't you?
Oh my!
You really can. I mean, look at the ones here.
My mum's redone her front garden, because they've got a big front garden, a big back garden, and they're getting on a bit. They can't keep on top of all of it. So what she's done is make her front garden low maintenance, and she's planted loads of heather in there,
beautiful.
and it's looking gorgeous. And as it establishes and sort of tumbles and spreads, it's going to look amazing.
But it is, it's our deal of the week. Club members with that 15% discount, you now get it for £6.77. I mean, it's working out, you know, £2.29. No, hang on, it's not 29. Oh, God. It's £2.25, 26-ish, ish.
Thereabouts.
But anyway, look, it's amazing when you think about it for 3 of those heathers. And again, they've got that lifetime guarantee, fully winter hardy, but they would prefer an acid soil. So do get a bag of that ericaceous compost.
We've got a deal on that ericaceous at the moment. It's 60 litres. We've taken a couple of quid off the price of it for you. Obviously, you're getting your 15% discount, and the bagged products actually have no postage or cost on them as well. So it might be something, if you're planting a few different ericaceous things, do multiples. There's no postage. This might be a way of getting multiples of your free gift.
I'm just thinking as well with that regular compost to get 15% off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word! It's all just clicking into place, isn't it? All this extra discount.
If you need our regular compost, 15% off, and you get your free gift today, which is our blooming fast as well.
Hooray.
Now, because I know we had to put our compost price up just after Christmas, because it'd been the same price for nearly 2 years, but with your 50% discount, it kind of brings it back to where it was.
Almost,
yeah. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. So happy days with YouGarden. Keep those comments coming in. We've got loads still to come, but let's remind you of some of the great items we've had so far. So the Kolkwitzia, the pink cloud, absolutely beautiful. Buy one, get one free today. Stunning pink flowers. I love the scent of those actually as well. At £19.99, but the club discount price is just £16.99. 511485. Then we brought you one that's on my list today. I love this. I love the way that the flowers form. You know, the way that you just get these kind of like, they almost remind me of like the way grapes, when you think of like grapes just gently trailing down. So it is our Golden Lanterns Pheasant Berry 501523 is your item number there. Now, one of my favourites, the Verbena bonariensis. I mean, this is an award-winning plant. It's also got the accolade of being perfect for pollinators. It is the Verbena bonariensis. Now, we're going to give you the details of this because look at that, $4.99. And that is a big established plant in a 17cm pot, fully wind hardy. You don't have to plant it now. It's already in a big pot. You can keep it nice and happy there till you decide where to put it. But I would buy that en masse. They look great, say, in groups spread throughout your borders. They give height, they give structure. I call it the transparent plant. You can see right through it. The pollinators adore it, and it even looks good in winter time as well. An amazing plant, fully winter hardy, $4.99, 560925. Now we have got the angel wings. This one does need a little bit of protection. So just bear that in mind. Get the great price, lock it in today, get it at $8.49. But while it's still cold, just keep it in a greenhouse. I put a bit of fleece over it. Do you know what? If you haven't got fleece, do you know what else you can use? You can use old sheets. You can literally use pillowcases, sheets. As long as the fabric is breathable, then you can cover plants just seriously with bedding, and that will just give it that extra bit of protection, keep the frost off. 450169. Then we have got the Dixonia tree fern. I mean, look, that gives you an idea of how spectacular these can be. I mean, they are amazing. They are very expensive, so we have got you a smaller one, so you can enjoy the journey of this. I mean, I'm not being funny, but this could be in your family for decades. But look, I mean, that was Bex's, and within 12, 18 months, it had more than doubled in size. They are absolutely beautiful. Again, you will need to give it a bit of protection right now. So buy it at this price, but pop it in the greenhouse and put a bit of fleece over it if it's still very frosty. 500,243. Then I've got my eye on this one, the Chilean lantern. Beautiful flowers followed by those exquisite lanterns. Can get quite big, this one. It is, of course, evergreen as well, but it does need, I'm going to say, a sheltered spot, and it definitely would benefit from ericaceous compost as well. So, we've got that on offer today. Loves an acid soil, 510165. And then we have got our deal of the week, which are the Four Seasons heather collection, because yes, heathers look good throughout the seasons. They really do. Gorgeous foliage, but when they flower, they are spectacular. And they, again, heathers can last for years. They spread. They look great on mass, don't they? And they are low maintenance. If you want to do, what you could do is a whole area of heathers, like Bex's mum has. That's where they look really good, and that's actually often how they grow naturally as well. 511 622 for the Four Seasons heather collection. Now, we would love you to keep emailing. If you've got any questions as well, it'd be great to hear from you. But Bex and I are very excited. If you've never watched before, my name's Shaun. Sue just said you can hear our heater. We could turn it on.
I'm going to put it on quiet.
Yeah. And I know it is, obviously, it's a cold winter's day out there, but you know what? It's quite magical, isn't it? It's quite nice to see the frost and the snow. But many of the plants that we're bringing you today are fully winter hardy with a lifetime guarantee. So, you know, you can buy them at these great prices, and you don't actually have to do anything with most of the plants until the weather is better.
Yeah, we'll let you know, won't we?
Yeah.
But, yeah, everything you can see on this table, you could happily just leave in the pot.
I mean, I've got
a couple of months even.
Yeah, I've got quite a few plants just outside my greenhouse, just waiting till.
Yeah, my Fatsia that got delivered the other day. I ordered that
Did
big
you get the
Fatsia.
spider's web? Or you've got
the
that
big
already, haven't
one.
you? Yeah.
I've got the bit. So we've got that amazing big one. I got that, and I got the barley pot. Got delivered the other day. It's literally just sitting outside in the pot. I haven't repotted it. It's just sitting in there, and I'll do it when I can. When I can be bothered.
But it's still, I always think you still need your gardening fixed. I still need to buy plants in January.
Oh my word, yes, please.
But we're going to move on to a stunning rhododendron. I mean, this one is a beauty.
It is a beauty, and you're getting. I am excited about this. I just stumbled over my words. I'm so sorry.
I'm excited about the price.
You are getting this at the perfect time, is what I want to say to you, because you will get the best of this season, but you'll also get the most amazing displays for so many years, because rhododendrons are really long-lived. But this has got those fat buds that Shaun is showing you, and those are what are going to burst into bloom, sort of from the end of April into May and into June. That's sort of the blooming season you get with roddies, and these are stunning flowers.
And what I always love about rhododendrons, when they flower, I mean, it tends to be the whole plant gets covered.
Yeah.
You don't, you know.
Oh, no, they do.
Do you really, when you see them, I remember seeing there was some beautiful ones in Scotland, actually, but they're a mass of colour, and I love the fact they are evergreen. You've got gorgeous foliage on rhododendrons that stays there all year round. Nice and easy to grow. I mean, the only thing is they do like an acid soil. So again, bear that in mind. If you're going to grow it in a pot, you need to use that ericaceous compost. If you're going to grow it in a border, you need to, when you're planting it, make sure that the planting hole is full of ericaceous compost. So, but we have got that on special this week as well. I mean, what I did a whole area of acid-loving plants, so they all work in harmony together, which really works. But again, you could grow this one in a pot.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways of doing it. You can get a big pot and bury the pot. You know, there's different things you can do in order to do that. But rhododendrons are just some of the most beautiful, stunning plants that you can have, particularly for those sort of late spring displays. Actually, I quite like when these are coming into bloom, because by that stage, we've had our tulips and our daffodils, you know, all those spring flowering bulbs. We've had that beauty. They're starting to go over, and then we're waiting for the summer flowering things to start happening. Well, rhodies tend to just fill that gap slightly. You get those beautiful blooms as the spring flowers are fading. They're gorgeous. They last for years. They're slow growing as well. They don't take over too quickly, which is what I quite like, particularly if you're looking at smaller spaces or pots. Even.
I was going to say, they can do quite well in a fairly shady area as well.
Yeah, in fact, I've found that rhododendrons prefer that. If you put them in a full sun position, the flowers do get a bit baked, and they don't like that. So I think you've got to avoid the hottest part of the day. They don't mind a bit of morning sun or a bit of evening sun, but just avoid that hottest part of the day.
And the flowers, particularly this colour, are sensational. Look at that. Amazing. So I should say this whole table, I mean, we haven't got bare roots, it's all plants. We haven't got bulbs. I've still got a few to plant. I'm a bit late now. Only a few.
I found a bag of daffodils.
Oh.
I found a bag of daffodils. I was like, no, I thought I'd done all of this.
I was so cleaning my greenhouse the other day. I was like, oh.
So annoyed.
But you know what? I'm still going to plant some of them.
I'll do it
hope
as
for the
well.
best.
I'll plant them, see what happens.
But yeah, I found some. Right, so if you want, so all of these, we've got a massive table here, $9.99 plants, amazing value. The only one that's not $9.99 is the Escalonia Pink Ale, but club members $10.19 with that 15% discount. Do you know the bit I'm confused about? Why some of these are in bud now, Bex?
Well, yeah.
Because we went on the nursery, a few are, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, this one is budding slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, normal flowering for this is between sort of June and October. What you tend to get is a couple of flushes, a couple of different flushes of blooms that you get during that period of time. But Escalonia is evergreen, so you've got foliage to look at all year. You get like those panicles of clusters of flowers, which I enjoy. I like those sort of densely packed panicles of flowers. You get it early summer. You'll get a couple of flushes of those blooms that happen throughout summer and into early autumn. But I like that it provides year-round interest with its evergreen nature. I like that it's, you know, it can be compact enough to grow in pots, but if you plant it into borders, it can reach up to 4 feet height and spread here as well. And I also love the fact that actually this one's pretty easy to care for. You know, it doesn't require much from you. An occasional prune is all you're going to need to do.
Yeah, I love the fact that they do grow very neatly and densely. That foliage is beautiful, isn't it? But they do sometimes, randomly flower. So some of ours in the nursery, for some reason, have got buds on right now, which...
Yeah.
But that's nature, isn't it?
That's it. We're all seeing a few changes happening, aren't we?
But it can be a long flowering shrub, and you might get a few surprises as well. But they are beautiful. When you see them there, covered in those cones of flowers, absolutely stunning.
Love it.
And that is 510 545. Right, if you love fragrance, then the Philadelphus mock orange, it doesn't get better than this. If you've never grown one of these, I promise you, one of the most stunning fragrant plants you can ever experience. And white, I'm a big fan of white in the garden. You know, white just, it highlights everything else. It lifts the garden.
Well,
there's a real sense of purity.
If we look at Grimmy's picture, actually, because that mirrors what Shaun is telling you there, the white with any other colour just works so beautifully. And those little flowers, those irises we think they are, just peeking in through those white flowers. I mean, that is a beautiful display, isn't it?
It really is.
And the scent you're going to be getting from those flowers is beautiful. It's known as mock orange, so you do get a lovely sort of sweet citrus scent from this, don't you?
And it is quite a strong scent. It's beautiful.
I also like how many flowers there are on there.
I know.
There is a lot, isn't there?
It's a gorgeous, and again, you're going to get it. It's already well established. It comes to you in a 2-litre pot. So, and flying sort of like the height of summer, that one. Just beautiful.
Yeah, really nice.
Isn't it? It's a really, if you haven't got Philadelphus, it's an absolute must, particularly if you love your scents and you love white.
Definitely. Easy to grow, trouble-free, fully hardy. You know, that ticks pretty much every single gardening box that I can think of to tick, to be perfectly honest with you. So,
again, you can buy that right now. Don't think, what do I do with it? Do I need to plant it? It's snowing outside. No. Keep it in the pot rather. It will be absolutely fine until you're ready to plant that one. Stu just said, check out the YouTube chat. Is there something funny going on in the YouTube chat? Right, what? At Norfolk Eco, hello you. Hello. Morning all. 67 days until spring. Hang in there. Yay! That's great. Hang in there, we'll be all right. Yeah. I love it. Stu said, don't wish the winter away, and we're not, but we're looking forward at the same time. Yeah, for gardeners, we kind of do need it to come. But we were saying this morning when we came in, weren't we? You know, these cold days, I mean, particularly where we are in the country at least, sorry for anybody that gets it worse, but they don't come round very often. No, they don't stick around for too long, and it's actually very magical. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm mad, and I walk around the garden even when it's freezing. The first thing I do in the morning is you know, as soon as it's light, I'll walk around my garden in my dressing gown, even in the middle of winter. Yeah, I mean, not for long, but you know. Did it this morning? Oh, I was really annoyed. I said, didn't I? I protected my Dixonia, brought that in. I completely forgot about the cordyline.
totally forgot about the cordyline. So I've moved it, I've dragged it closer to the house. I'm just hoping that it's going to be okay. Yeah, the For-sythia, it's looking a little droopy, but it's absolutely fine. I've left it outside, it's no problem.
The only thing I'm a bit annoyed about, I bought the osteospermum purple sun last year, and do you know what, they were still flowering in December? I mean, not massively. But they survived, and I left them out. So they're gone now. They're gone. But we're going to move on now. So these are all. Look, we've got loads of fully winter hardy plants, and I said if you are buying anything and not sure, just go on our website. If you see the snowflake symbol, it means lifetime guarantee, fully winter hardy. Ceanothus is coming up next. I love this one.
This is not one you need to worry about at all. This can be out in all the weathers. You don't need to worry about this one. It is evergreen, so it's beautiful all year round, and it's a slightly different variety here. So we've got the Thriciflorus repens, which means that if you plant it in a full sunny position, this will be slightly lower growing than other Ceanothus. We love Ceanothus because it can get to 3 metres in height. It'll spread by that much. But this one actually, in that full sun position, could be just a bit more compact, about 1.5 metres in height.
Which is nice for a lot of gardens.
Yeah, definitely. It'll spread by double that. So it's more like a hedging, sort of a spreading plant. If you plant it in a more shady position, then it will reach for the sky more. So it's up to you really where you plant it. You've got options here. But you know how much Shaun and I love Ceanothus, right? I mean, I've talked about it a lot. I do think it's a stunning plant. I want to do, and I'm going to work it out, Shaun, I'm going to do something which is a plant for every month. Shrub of the month or something like that, basically. But so this is May sorted. This is the plant in May that steals the attention. We've got the For-sythia coming up in a little while. That's my February plant, I think, because that's the one that looks amazing in February. And I want to do a plan where you've got one for every single month.
I remember when I was designing my garden, I consulted Peter, our head gardener, and he said exactly that. He said you ought to look at every month of the year and always have interest and things that are just coming into bloom and looking fantastic. And so it's a great plan. But you're right, I don't think you could really find a better one for May.
I think it steals the show
in May.
It does. Whenever May comes around, that's the thing that draws my attention. Every garden, every place I'm walking, you'll see Ceanothus, and that's what draws your attention.
And they just, what I love, you never see Ceanothus just popping up a few flowers. They just tend to be absolutely covered. Great for the pollinators as well, and a nice, easy one. So just give it that nice sunny spot. And the fact that it is evergreen. And I think we often say, but it is getting a mixture of deciduous and evergreen in your garden, because if everything dies down in the winter, it can be a very bleak garden to look out onto. But that one always looks lovely. And the leaves they're small, they're beautifully glossy, they're lovely sort of like dark colour as well. They're absolutely stunning. So if you'd like to go to Ceanothus, it is only £9.99. And remember, with your 15% discount, £8.49. That is a really good size for that price, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing. Honestly, really good. Nicely established. Next, we've got the Abelia kaleidoscope. Yeah. And we're a bit fascinated with this one,
I've got my eye on this one. Yeah, I really have.
Yeah.
The colours, I mean, bear in mind, it is mid-January. It looks amazing, doesn't it?
It's a beautiful name, Abelia, as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
If I had a daughter, I'd consider calling her Abelia. Anyway.
It's a nice name, it is,
isn't it?
It's a lovely name.
So, kaleidoscope, because you do get a kaleidoscope of colours on here, and you can see some of those on the plant at the moment. There's lovely sort of peachy tones, pinks, but they can get richer and deeper as well. So you'll get all of the greens, but you'll also get the pinks, and they can go into reds and burgundies as well. You get flowers on here, lovely, dainty, sort of pinkish white blooms that come from pink buds, in actual fact, and that can happen between June and October, so a decent long flowering season on there. It's semi-evergreen. Now, you can see the one in the potting shed here has kept hold of a lot of its leaves, so I'm going to suggest that if you plant this in a slightly sheltered position, then you're really going to encourage it to keep hold of some of that foliage over the winter time. All you have to do is a little prune maybe in springtime, just to maintain the size, but also to help keep it dense. You want that lovely dense foliage from it. Fairly compact as well, so it's not going to get massive. A metre and a half maybe you can get. Metre and a half by a metre and a half is potentially the height and spread that we're talking about on here.
I absolutely love the different colours of the foliage in that one.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I love it. Honestly, it's
beautiful,
gorgeous.
isn't it?
And actually, the flowers do have a scent to them as well, so you will get a bit of a scent coming off this.
I might go for that one.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's one of those that's not. It's not necessarily the show-stopping plant. It's part of the chorus line, but it's definitely going to provide. You know, I like that picture where you've got there was a black plant in the back there, like I think it was Ophiopogon, the grass or something or other. It's going to help to provide that kind of contrast, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a strong chorus member.
A strong, fair enough. Fair enough.
It is.
I like it. I think it's beautiful.
I do. And we only recently got this at YouGarden as well.
Yeah, it's true. It was only a few months ago when we first saw it, wasn't it?
Didn't have it last year. Don't forget, with that new 15% discount, you now get it for £8.49. That's for all club members. And by the way, I know some of you, you may be thinking, hang on, what's all this about the club membership changing, the new benefits? We're going to tell you about those in a few moments' time. But let's remind you what we've seen so far this morning on YouGarden TV. Right, some of the favourites. The Ceanothus angel wings. Now remember, absolutely stunning foliage that has the most incredible texture. It is like a bunny's ear. It will need a bit of protection. So when you get this price, lock it in, get it home, but do give it a bit of protection until it warms up. That's the Ceanothus angel wings 450169. Grows to about 50 by 50. Then we've got a Dicksonia. Again, we're just being honest. It's one that does need a bit of protection while it's cold. It is the Dicksonia antarctica tree fern. These are native to countries like New Zealand. I mean, they live for decades, and they can eventually these can grow into huge, huge trees. But you can buy one of the smaller ones right now. So you actually, it's a great opportunity for everyone to own a tree fern. If you do want a bigger one, we've got all different sizes available at YouGarden, all different price points. And bearing in mind, I know some of them are, I think the biggest one is £275, but now with your 15% club discount, you can get a massive saving on those. 500,243 for the tree fern Dicksonia antarctica. Now, my favourite plant, the Verbena bonariensis, award-winning, great for pollinators. Cannot recommend this one highly enough. I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It really is. And I've got 6 along that border, just if you're wondering how many I've got there. They flowered all summer long. They started kind of June time, flowered they still looked pretty good in November, and I've left all the dead flower heads on right now, and they still look really, really quite striking. So that is an amazing price. This year alone, that should grow, I'm going to say, to probably 1.5 meters, maybe even more actually. So do snap up that deal today, 516,925. Then we have got the Kolkwitzia pink cloud. It's a buy one get one free. Beautiful, beautiful pink flowers on this one. You get masses of them. A really nice contrast against that green foliage. 1999, 51485. Do you know what? I love seeing the discount club price compared to the regular price, don't you? So like there's a lot bigger difference now. You get 15% off. Now we've just seen the Ceanothus, and they're probably the most striking flowering plant that you're going to see in May time. Just this mass of lilac, all of those hundreds and hundreds of flower heads that the pollinators go crazy for. It is evergreen as well, so beautiful foliage throughout the years, and a really nice, easy one to grow out. Just loves a sunny spot, that one. So the more sun, the more flowers. 510,886. Then one that I've got my eye on is the Abelia. I think it looks beautiful, and it's called Kaleidoscope because you have got a kaleidoscope of colours on this one. We do class it as kind of semi-evergreen. I mean, ours have still got lots of leaves on them right now, and in a nice sheltered spot, that will keep its leaves. But that looks gorgeous there. Oh, it's got red barren behind it as well. So that whole area is all about the foliage, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. But it does flower, and they are lightly scented as well. If you want something that's really heavily and beautifully scented, then Philadelphus is outstanding. And this has got the most incredible, it's known as mock orange. It's got a lovely, sweet citrus fragrance. The flowers are pure white on this one, so they're not kind of like a cream or an off-white. They are pure white, and it flowers in abundance in summer. Quite magical, but the look of this combined with the fragrance is just a win-win for me. 510393. Now in April, one of the most amazing plants to flower has got to be our rhododendrons, and the Marcel Mernard is a stunner. This beautiful kind of like lavender colour to the flowers, and again you get masses of them. The leaves are beautiful on rhododendrons. They're big, they're strong leaves actually. When you think about rhododendron, the leaves are very strong and very shiny. I think rhododendrons, they like semi-shade, so yeah, avoid full afternoon sun. And please give them acid soil. If you haven't got any, we've got the Ericaceous compost on offer today, and they'll be very, very happy potted in that. You can grow those in pots. They're fair. Rhododendrons are pretty slow growing, so they'll be very happy in pots for many, many years. Now, my top plant today, I'm going to pick one. This is mine. It's a Hydrangea Incredible. And I want to do a whole border of this. Now, hydrangeas did really well in 2024. They love the wetter climate. Let's be honest, the UK is getting wetter. We've had it for many years now, haven't we? So these love to be in a moist environment. It means if it is another wet summer, they're going to be absolutely fine. But this has been rebred. So this is, the original breeding of this was Annabelle, but this is actually bred as strong Annabelle. We know it is Incredible. So even though you've got huge flower heads. Yeah, Stu just said Annabelle's been down the gym. It's true, Annabelle is stronger than ever and now known as Incredible. So those massive flower heads, they are well supported now and even stronger stems. So yes, do bear that in mind. You've got even stronger stems, huge flowers, and I would snap that up today. I mean, look, club members, 1954, fully winter hardy, grows to just over a metre, so really, I mean, the most striking hydrangea you could ever imagine. And again, that one does look good on mass. So if you wanted to maybe buy 3 and plant them in 3s, you certainly could. But big news. I'm so excited about this. We've been dying to tell you. We've been sort of like dropping little hints, haven't we, for the past few weeks? But our club membership has now got even better with even more benefits. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm a club member, what more do I get? Just have a look at this. If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club. Oh, we had such fun filming that because
it was good fun.
We were like, what great news, you know?
Fantastic news.
So
we were sitting on that secret for weeks as well, weren't we?
We really were. So, I mean, if you're not a club member, join today, and you can imagine on your first order today, you could save 15%, and you're going to get all of those vouchers as well.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love it. £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers. You're going to get your free postage vouchers as well. But 15% discount, that's the best thing for me.
And when you place your first order today, as you check out, you'll get a reminder to join the club. Honestly, you could save hundreds of pounds this year alone. We're really proud of that club membership. It's even better than the gardening club that I run.
I hope your gardening club people aren't watching.
I think they'd agree with that. You know.
Do you reckon? It'll be all right.
Right. Thank you to everyone that's joining us. We've got the details for the Hydrangea Incredible on the screen. See, I'm not just saying this. I'm thinking of doing the whole front border that I've got with these.
Yeah. I'm with you, honestly.
I mean, it could look amazing, couldn't it?
It could look incredible.
In
Yes,
fact,
absolutely.
if our head gardener, Peter McDermott, is watching, he may be watching, send us a picture of what you did in your garden. Yeah, go on, because Peter, he inspired me. He's done a whole border, predominantly of the Incredible, with Geranium Roseanne, and I'm going to copy him, basically.
I'm going to do the same thing when I move.
I love us all following Peter.
We're all going to do it.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, isn't it? You know how much we love our geraniums. They're fantastic. But obviously we've been talking a lot about how good hydrangeas are for our climate. And they look great in winter as well, don't they?
Yeah, fully winter hardy as well. But this one has been bred. I mean, look, in my day, when I grew up, you never got hydrangeas like the ones we get today. This has been so meticulously bred, produce massive, massive flower heads. Huge. I mean, you saw that. They really are like almost like a football. They are massive. I think they can get up to about 30 centimetres or so. Of course.
Yeah, no,
they really can.
They really can get huge, and they're densely packed. They last for ages. You can cut them. They're so good.
They really are.
So good.
And they are, say, if you're a club member today, you get them for £9.54. Fully winter hardy. So don't think, oh, can't buy that today because it's cold outside. Doesn't matter. Just keep it in its pot till you're ready to plant it. Yeah. But grab that price. Right, we've also got
my February plant.
I would say, yeah. Maybe early March as well.
Yeah.
Depends where you live.
I'm going to work it out, but honestly, this one, sort of February and into March, you do find this is the standout one. And obviously, well,
I'm only joking, Bex, because it depends where you live and what sort of spring we have. But you know, and actually, this one is already covered in buds, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just remember walking around last year, and it was sort of end of February.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a dull, dreary month, isn't it? It's quite, even though it's the shortest month, it feels like the longest month. There was very few things that looked amazing in February, and I just remember seeing For-sythia planted in people's gardens and those bright yellow flowers on those bare stems, and that's what drew my attention.
I remember where we lived in a little village called Osberwick outside of York, and we had one of these. I remember outside the front window to the left. And I remember even on a snow, it was a snowy day, and I just remember that there was still in flower, and I remember just seeing all the snow around it, and it looked amazing. I remember asking my mum, "What's that yellow plant outside?" And I've always loved them ever since. They are. I think when you just get that massive yellow, but without the leaves, it's just and at that time of year, like the end of February, March time. It just gives you so much joy to see that blaze of yellow, doesn't it?
It's sunshine, it's bright, it's gorgeous, and flowers on bare stems, which absolutely does something for me. But this one's the mini gold For-sythia. It traditionally gets really big, too big for some gardens. But this one's the mini gold, so this one doesn't get too big. It's been bred to remain compact. So compact that actually you could keep it in a pot if you want to. If you plant it into your borders, you'll get to about 1.5 meters. So really compact in relation to other For-sythia, but I do like the idea of it being kept in a pot. Yeah. And I like the sort of upright growth you get from this as well. It's got a lovely sort of habit and shape to it.
And what I really like about YouGarden is that we really do have plants for all types of gardens, and I think the breeders work really well to produce plants that we love and like For-sythia, but suddenly even if you've got a small space, small garden, you can have that. Because you're right. I mean, I remember our For-sythia was huge.
Yes.
Imagine,
It's just a bit too big for some gardens,
Yeah.
isn't it? Which is why the mini gold might be the one that you want to go for.
But again, you look at the value of this. You imagine, and this is going to flower this year, by the way. You're
Yeah.
not going to have to, give it
Buds.
couple of months, maybe even less, that is going to be in full flower. And today you can get it for $8.49. By the way, we have got new club members
Yay.
today as well.
Somebody just joined.
Thank you so
welcome
much.
to you. You've locked in your
That's it,
price.
yeah.
You've got amazing benefits.
So that's 45,321. If you are actually, I don't know the exact number.
I
of club
don't
members,
either,
but
actually.
last time we counted, it was 45,000. I'm sure it's a lot more than that now. But if you have just joined and you're wondering when Bex and I are live, we're always live on a Sunday, 9:30 till 12:30.
Yeah, and we're always live on a Thursday from 10 until 1. Those are the current hours. We do sort of shift and change them throughout the year, but that's what we're doing at the moment, and we'll always give you notification if we are changing.
And you can find the shows by just clicking on Live Now, or the YouGarden TV logo. And if you ever miss a show, obviously you can stream them anytime you want. You can stream them on, say, on YouTube or on our website. Now, Adam is also one of our garden experts who joins myself and Bex throughout the year. He's a multi-award winning gardener. Won 4 golds at Chelsea, silver gills. He has won a few silvers, but he doesn't like to talk about those. But yeah, you can. And the great thing is, you can go backwards and forwards, of course, when you're streaming.
Yeah, you can skip through bits if you want to. Oh, and yeah, it's good points too. You can actually put subtitles on as well if you want to. I quite like that.
So I'm looking at your.
What are you looking at?
I was looking at your hair there.
What?
No, I couldn't quite see.
We're on the plant now.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
You're talking about my roots.
No! No, it's my eyesight. I thought you actually had it. I thought it looked like you'd sort of like plaited one side, but no, you haven't. No,
just the curls, baby.
Yeah, it was the curls. Yeah, it looks good.
But yeah,
Bex is going out. You having a change?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to let the grey come through. So I've got my hair appointment next week, and then I'm going to see about letting the grey come through. If I hate it, I'm dyeing it straight back again. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I'm nearly 50. It's about time.
Yeah.
But you can actually watch us in a variety of places. So we also do shows on QVC. I know a lot of you know that already. Shaun was there on Friday, Saturday. I think I'm there at some point next week. You can watch us via YouTube. You can watch us via Facebook. We also do lives on TikTok as well. So it's separate to this. It's different lineup and everything. But we do have a bit of focus on indoor plants. Neil, I saw your question in the emails. We will come to that. I promise you I'll answer that question. But yeah, if you fancy joining us again, we do TikTok lives on a Tuesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, and a Sunday afternoon as well.
Yeah, and we generally do houseplants with a little bit of outdoor gardening.
Yeah.
And obviously, with it being January, it's a great time to get houseplants as well.
Right, I want to go to the cypress, and I've just got my phone and I've linked it up because I want to show you my cypress trees that I've got in my garden. Actually,
I didn't know you had cypress.
Yeah, I've got these. So actually, I did this video because I was trying to show you the Abelia and the fire queens down the bottom there. But you can see what I've done with it. I got those planted. They're actually in the Diablo pots. So you can see my little dog in the window there. They're in the Diablo pots, and I underplanted through the summer with the lobelia and put the little pots of the fire queen around the base. But look, I just wanted to show you that it's an evergreen, lovely plant. And by the way, I had mine as smaller. They've got to this size now, but it's taken them a couple of years to get there. So you're getting a nicely established one here. And I just quite liked that display. Obviously, they're just in the pot on their own at the moment. But I will underplant them again during the spring and summer so that I have that kind of display again. And I like the height they provide. I like that they're easy, low maintenance, don't require a huge amount of water. There's a lot to tell you about these actually, and they're quite architectural in your garden,
I love
they?
to me they look like they've been doing Pilates, you know, they're long and lean, and that's how they naturally grow. And actually, when I've seen these abroad in countries like Italy, when you see these and they're really tall, they can look incredible. You see, you sometimes see them outside huge homes in the Mediterranean. They've got those long sweeping driveways. Hey, there they are on the nursery.
Oh, look at that. So this is Stu. He went out on the nursery this morning and took some pictures of them. And they do look pretty cool, don't they, with all that frost on them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I mean, they're completely winter hardy, so these don't require any winter protection.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but if they weren't, they wouldn't be where they are in the nursery. They'd be in one of the tunnels, but they're not. So.
Yeah, no extra protection and barely any maintenance here. So occasionally, what you might do is just gently sort of prune the shapes here, but actually, they do naturally grow in a nice, tall, thin shape, so you don't need a huge amount of pruning.
They're very, very striking architecturally and very easy. And I like what you did in the pots, but I've also seen these in rows.
In
and they,
avenues.
Yes. You know, if you're lucky enough to have a long sweeping driveway, imagine these all the way down. Fantastic. We can dream. 500 063, just $19.99. Again, look at the club membership, $16.99.
Yeah, this is Shaun's driveway here.
I wish. That's what I was meaning, though, when I was describing them. Yeah, that, you know. But I'm not being funny, but we haven't got driveways like that, most of us. But you can still do like a bit of a take on that. So even if you've got, a long border, 3 of these or 5 of these just along there, they look fantastic. Yeah. At the back of that border to give you something really interesting. Right, now with the new club membership, 15% off. That makes a big difference to the price of our premium professional compost. So today, club members, the price is now only $23.78. You'll also get your free gift as long as you use that off code YGTV0225. Your free gift is a blooming fast, which is worth $4.99. So suddenly, you look at the price of our compost, take off the value of the free gift, and you're talking under £19.
Yeah, that's perfect. And you are going to get 2 50-litre bags here of the best compost. Regulars, I know you know, so, I don't know, switch off for a second. I just mean...
No! It's always good to hear again.
Switch off your brain slightly, don't switch us off. But yeah, this is the best compost. It's the one that we use here at the nursery. So when we pot anything on, when we plant it, we're using this. And it's because it is packed with amazing ingredients. So there's some good stuff in here. We've got peat in here, minimal amounts of peat, some of it's renewable, but we've also got dark and light peats in here as well. And it's all about results when it comes to this. The peat-free ones, unfortunately, they're just not quite there yet. They're not. So we still need just that little bit of peat in order to get the results. And we've got minimal amounts for those maximum results included.
So, composted wood fibre, different types of peat, including the renewable ones, slow-release fertiliser, that's the little green balls, and you find them throughout the compost. And that's like, I call that an insurance. It will feed your plants for 5 months, maybe even 6 months of the year, and it slowly releases, so it gives them the support they need over many, many months. Something that I really like about this is the wetting agent. And I mean, you might be thinking, hang on, Shaun, but it's wet right now in winter, why does it need that? What the wetting agent does, when the compost dries out, and you water it, it allows the water to stick to the compost. Now, you'll know what I mean when I say, have you ever watered a pot or a hanging basket that's really dry and all the water goes over the side? Now, that is really important in summer, but on a windy day in winter, it's amazing how hanging baskets and pots can dry out.
It's true, yeah, absolutely.
So, again, it's an insurance. It means when you water it, that water goes right back in the compost and rehydrates it.
It smells amazing.
It does.
It's really well composted. There's no great big lumps and chunks, and you'll know, you've bought other compost in the past, and there's twiggy bits in there and you have to pick them all out. This is good for absolutely everything. Seeds through to trees. That's a cypress you've got in there, isn't it? The seeds through to... Wasn't it?
No.
It's one of the little conifers.
No, it was one of the... Hardy Evergreen collection.
Right, okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a cypress.
But seeds through to trees you can plant in here, and a lot of you might be seed sowing very soon, and I'm sure, Shaun, you'll be starting to do some seeds at some point in the next month or so, won't you? And seeds can grow perfectly in this compost.
Yeah, I have got big plans.
There you go.
Big plans. You can start
that sounded
big.
like a bit of a tease then. Start off big and then go back to normal expectations.
Well, I'm hoping... Stu's asking how the perennial collection is doing really well. I'll bring them in, Stu. I will bring them in.
Amazing.
But yeah, no, I've got big plans for lots of raised beds this year and growing lots more fruit and veg.
Nice.
Yes. I'm starting off big, just hoping I've got enough time.
And then work will take over, and then... No, you'll do.
You know, sometimes there's just not enough hours in the day.
There isn't.
But no, my New Year's resolutions was to be slightly better planned this year, and actually to spend a bit more time in the garden. And to buy more plants. Right, so don't forget, with that new club membership, if you want to save a lot on your compost, you're going to save, say, I mean, look at it, that's a big saving, 15%. So that's over £4 now.
Nice.
Yeah, £4.20 you save every time you buy compost. Imagine £4.20 every time you buy compost. And for those of you that are club members and you join, you know what you paid if you joined, you say, recently, every time you buy our compost, you save £4.20. Now, if you want the Abelia compost, that is also on offer today as well. We have got quite a few, we've got a handful of acid-loving plants today.
Yeah.
I think we've got the heathers, we have got that rhododendron.
The Chilean
We've got Pyrrhus coming up, haven't we?
Pyrrhus, blueberries.
Yeah, we've got quite a few actually.
Yeah, we have got a decent handful of them. That's why Ryan, he's given us a deal on that ericaceous compost, 60 litres, with a few pounds off the price there. So do stock up on that one. You will need it for your Four Seasons heather collection. They do like to be in ericaceous. They like that acid soil.
So I'm giggling because I did want to plant these at the pub in pots and I didn't have ericaceous. And
they lasted a short
while. They did all right for a while and then they just kind of like, I'm not happy.
So the thing for having heathers in your garden is that if you have them in acid soil, they can last you for ages. You know, these are very long-lived, and you get these lovely mounds of foliage and flowers on here. It's a Four Seasons heather collection. It's a true multi-season plant, this, because it does look good, different but good, in all of the seasons. You get beautiful flowers, you get gorgeous foliage on there, you get ground cover, flower power and low maintenance plants here. There's so many benefits for going for heather.
Yeah, and just great for low maintenance and ground cover. Did you just say that, Bags?
Say again, sorry.
Did you just say great for ground cover?
Yeah, I did say that.
Sorry, so I was having a drink at the time, so just repeated what Bex has said. But it is true, and we say we've got a massive mound of them outside the entrance to the nursery, and they look spectacular.
They do.
And they do look good every day of the year. They really do. You never ever go by the heathers and go, oh, they're not looking good.
No.
They look really superb this morning with the frost on them. Right, Chilean lantern, this is on our list. You're going to buy this and I'm going to buy this today.
Loving the Chilean lantern. Award-winning plant, Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It's evergreen. It's got these beautiful, whimsical flowers on here that last a decent amount of time. Again, it's an ericaceous one, so do think about getting yourself a bag of that ericaceous compost. I'm convinced, I know full well this will be really nice and rooty, and yes it is. We can see those lovely white fibrous roots in there, very nice and healthy. So just happy plant that one. Get that one planted into a pot if you like. You could grow it in a pot.
Yeah, we saw Grimmers in a pot, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to grow it in a pot for a while because hopefully I'm moving house.
Because you're on the move.
I want to take it with me when I go.
Yeah. I did that when I moved. I'd moved about, I think I had about 70 pots of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that.
Right, we've got a chance for you to own a Dicksonia tree fern next. Now, we have got these up to about £275 on the YouGarden website. And if you do want, like, the 3-foot log, the 2-foot log, the 1-foot log, they're all there, different price points. So they go as high as £275. Obviously, if you're a club member, you'd pay a lot less than that. Right the way down to £4.99.
It's a great price.
It is, because I'm lucky. I've got a big tree fern, but most of my friends when they come around, they go, "Oh, I'd love a tree fern." I think most people aspire to owning one, and you can get one today for £4.99, £4.25. Now we are going to say you're going to need to give it some protection right now while it's cold.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you move yours inside, Bex, or just?
It's just in the porch, so I've got a double doorway at the front door, so I've just put it inside the porch. So this is it after. I think this is about 18 months later. So I bought it the size.
It did great, didn't it?
Did amazing, honestly. So they like a shady spot and they like moisture, and that's where I kept it to start with, in that pot, in that border. Barely any sunshine hits it at all. Nice and sheltered, that spot, so it's the perfect location. Moved it out the front of the house because it was just a bit boring and dull out there, and it's a north facing, so it doesn't get too much light at all, which is also a really good spot for it. And as I say, that's about 18 months after. Bearing in mind that pot is like it's either a 30 or a 40 centimetre diameter, so you can see how big that's got, and it was this size 2 years ago when I got mine.
Just in terms, I mentioned it earlier, in terms of protecting your plants, I mean, we always say, horticultural fleece, great, but if you haven't got any, old bedding. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you're going to think...
An old towel, even.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that. you know, just do what you can at this time of the year. But if you've got old towels, old bedding, sheets, pillowcases, it's amazing. Just giving that little covering can raise that temperature a couple of degrees, which is the difference sometimes between whether a plant survives or not.
Yeah.
But that is a lovely Dicksonia at a great price, and $4.24. Right, another one that needs a little bit of protection is the angel wings, the Senecio.
Yeah, I mean, this can cope. It can get down to sort of 0 and maybe a couple of degrees under, but you know, you do, if you want to ensure that you get the displays from this, yes, this one's going to need a little bit of protection. So great, if you don't want to fuss with fleeces and all that sort of stuff, put it in a pot, because then it's really easy to protect, isn't it? You just pick it up and bring it into the, you know, the porch, the conservatory, the greenhouse, whatever that might be.
I think there's something quite, what's the word I'm looking, well, it's a bit of an obvious one. I was going to say a bit angelic about it.
No, definitely angel wings.
Yeah, but there is the shape of the leaves and the colour.
The colour of it is really beautiful, isn't it? You get lovely sort of. It looks like it's got a dusting of frost on it, and it looks like that all the time.
Yeah.
They're very soft. They're very tactile. They're pretty low maintenance, these as well, because they actually don't need anything. But what I like is that pretty much no pruning, and generally they are pest free.
Yeah, and just £9.99, 450169, and then. Okay, I know, gone about it, but Verbena bonariensis.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, if I had to pick one plant as my plant of the year last year, oh no, I couldn't do that actually.
No, you can't, can you? It's up there. It's,
yeah.
It's in our top 10. Yeah. And I'm with Shaun on this. I completely agree with him. That's the kind of display that you can get from it.
And that side of my patio, I didn't know what to do with it. It was so harsh.
Yeah.
I was worried I'd fall off it anyway. So I planted the Verbena. Mine took a couple of years to really get to the size that you're looking at now, but you're buying a far more established plant. They're great for the pollinators, bees, butterflies. They flower for months. They are low maintenance.
And they grow quick as well.
They do.
So obviously they establish and they get thicker at the base, but you plant one, it'll be, you know, your height by the summertime. They really do grow very quickly.
It really will. I know, thank you, a lot of you are buying multiples of these. They do not, I'm going to say, I don't think they look good on their own. They really don't. One of these,
you need multiples.
Yeah, it's not a statement plant. It's a plant that complements everything else, and it doesn't take over. It never gets too dense. You can always see through it. But I would definitely go for 3, 5, or 7. I know I'm using odd numbers, but I bought 6. What am I talking about?
Did you?
Yeah, but I would buy a mass. Whatever.
I don't think you can tell with Verbena. To be
no,
honest
you
with
can't.
No.
And they are very good at self-seeding as well. So if you leave the flower heads on like I did over the winter, next springtime, if you start seeing lots of little baby plants around them, then don't just dig them up. They will be likely to be Verbenas. 56925. Let's remind you of some of the great plants we've seen on our live show this morning. So nice to be with you all, you know, it really is. These are rhododendrons. This is a stunning rhodie. It's called Marcel Menard, and it's like a lovely lavender colour. Now, it's already, the ones you're going to get are already in bud, and the buds are big. And when they open, you just get clusters of these divine flowers. Now, rhododendrons are evergreen. They're slow growing, so you can easily grow them in pots. They are an acid-loving plant, so again, you do need to get your ericaceous compost today, but that is an absolute steal at $8.49, 511 095. Then we have also got the Philadelphus. Absolutely love this one. It's the most stunning pure white plant. I love pure white. A lot of plants, when we say white, they can be off-white, they can be slightly vintage white, creamy, but I would say Philadelphus is pure white. Double flowers, but it's also known as mock orange because the fragrance you get with Philadelphus is the most divine citrus fragrance that is fresh, that is zesty, that is just divine. 510 and 393, fully winter hardy, that one as well. Then we've got the Escallonia. This is a lovely plant. Long flowering, so it does flower sort of from May onwards, actually. I mean, some of ours have got buds on. I mean, they shouldn't, because really it should have stopped flowering sort of October time at the latest. But they do tend to produce random flowers, but main flowering season is sort of May onwards. They are evergreen, they're compact, grows to about 1.2 metres by 1.2 metres, so great in pots as well. 510 545. Then when it comes to May time, there is one plant that steals the show, and it is Ceanothus. I mean, this one is incredible. Californian lilac. Bees, butterflies adore it. It's evergreen. This one is a bit more compact, so in a nice sunny spot, you know, about 1.5 metres, but it's already really well established in a 2-litre pot, and it is beautiful. Really is. I just really, really adore Ceanothus. 510 886. Now, also, quite a few of you going for the Abelia grandiflora kaleidoscope. Quite a new one to me. I've never grown this one, but very tempted because the foliage really is a kaleidoscope of colour, but you also get all of the white flowers as well. We class it as semi-evergreen, so depending on where you live, where it's planted, it may lose some of its leaves, but it is fully winter hardy as well. 511 508. And then we are doing a buy one, get one free on our Kolkwitzia, which comes in a big 3-litre pot, quite large. This one will go quite large. But if you are a club member, 2 for £16.99, and you just get an abundance of these beautiful 5-petaled pink flowers as well. Now, I know we've got lots of new viewers today.
Good morning.
Morning. By the way, if you're thinking, does Shaun need a wee? No, it's just a bit cold in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, Bex has got a heated gilet, I haven't. But a few
It's a Christmas present and it's brilliant.
I know. See, your Kev does
I'm
love
nice
you.
and cosy and warm.
I'm not. Okay, should have kept my hoodie on. Right, a few basics though. We always have a special off code on our live shows. We're live Sunday from 9:30 to 12:30, Thursday 10 to 1. But every week we have a different offer code. Your offer code today is YGTV 0225. Now that is very important because that offer code is like a magic key. It unlocks all of the amazing promotions, but also it gives you your free gift. And don't look at this little sachet and go, ooh, it's a trial size. That will make 100 litres of premium plant food. Now, do you know, I'll never forget, like a friend of mine that comes to the garden club that I run, I caught her in a supermarket last year buying a ready-made 1 litre container of plant food.
Yeah.
And it was £8.99. Yeah, it was. And like that was 1 litre of ready-made plant food. That will make 100 litres. So when you think about that, an average watering can is what, 5 litres, 10 litres?
So to make 100 litres, she'd have been spent, am I doing my maths right? That would have been £900.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Thereabouts.
And there's all the plastic involved with that. You buy ready-made plant food, it's in a plastic container, it's been transported across the UK. That is the best way of making up your plant food. 1 teaspoon in, say, your watering can is all you need, and it's really high in NPK. So all of the main, say, your NPK, your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium, but also trace elements and minerals as well. It's brilliant. It's great for everything. That one.
It's your vitamin pill for your plants, basically.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And it's our blooming fast. We use it all the time. If you want better shoots, better fruits, more of them, more flowers, then you should be feeding your plants. And we are giving you one of the best fertilisers, absolutely free, as long as you use the code YGTV0225. Unlocks the deals and puts the free gift in. And
I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna. I think a little bit like cleaning products. You know, the supermarkets are brilliant. They're having aisles and aisles of cleaning products, and for some reason we think that the tiles in our kitchen are different from the tiles in our bathroom. So we buy that bathroom cleaner and the kitchen cleaner. I think there's a little bit of that in plant foods as well. Yeah. You can very easily buy a rose feed, a clematis feed, a houseplant feed, but you know, and don't get me wrong, they do have the place, and we do have them in YouGarden, but actually, that is a great all-rounder.
It is a great
really
all-rounder, honestly. And it is free, and that's the important thing to let you know.
All talking of free, if you spend over £40, what do we get, Bex?
Free postage.
Yes.
So it's normally $6.99, but if you get your order to over £40 and use the code, we will take that postage cost off. If you can't get to £40, I completely understand. It's January. It can be a tough month. If your order is under £40, you'll only pay 1 postage cost.
And if you're looking at those 2 prices on the screen and going, well, I like the red price, that's really good, but that yellow price, that looks really, really good. That yellow price is for our club members.
Yeah, it just costs you £10 to join, okay? So it's a £10 joining fee, that's a one-off cost, and that's on auto renewal. So then you lock in that price on the auto renewal. So if and when we put the price up again on the club, I'm sure we will at some point in the future, it'll be a while, but I'm sure we will, you will have locked in the £10. You won't pay any more than that, even if and when we put that price up.
And you can join today and get all these benefits with your first order. So if you're buying any outdoor living machinery, that could be a lawnmower, for example, you get 7.5% off. You're going to get £20 worth of product vouchers, full £5 vouchers, and you can redeem those against future purchases. That's like getting £20 cash back in my book. Now you also get 2 free P&P vouchers worth £6.99 each. That is amazing.
It is amazing. Honestly, it's a fantastic club. It was before, but we've made it even bigger and better.
Yeah, and do you know what?
Very pleased.
They were all my ideas, which I'm really pleased about. Yeah, all my ideas. Whose ideas were they? Do we know?
Mark, apparently.
Ah, well, he did very well, didn't he?
He did very well.
We could take credit there, Bex.
Yeah, all right.
You wouldn't know, would you? If we'd have said, so Bex and I, we got together.
Yeah,
we thought, how can we make the club better?
Absolutely.
We should have done that, you know.
More discounts.
Yeah. We should have, shouldn't we? But we're too honest. We're only joking. So thank you to Mark for those great ideas.
Good morning to you all. You can join in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook. You can email us. The details are on the bottom of the screen. If you want to send us any of your frosty, snowy pictures, we'd love to see your gardens. Any pictures you fancy sending us, garden related or furry friend related, we're happy to see them. Eleanor says, just walked up my garden and my muscaria popping up. And my clematis is starting to sprout.
Wow.
Neil says the same. Snap Ari the muscari. Grimmy.
That's quite early.
They are quite early.
Yeah.
For those of you who got the Himalayan poppies, they will be loving this cold weather and getting ready to burst into life in spring.
Right. Well, I really hope so, because I'm. Right, I will be honest. I've not been great with Himalayan poppies, but I have now got 2 that we're doing really well. Obviously, they've died back now.
Right.
But you're right, they're going to love this cold snap.
They like the cold snap, and then...
So maybe I'm going to get mine to flower this year.
Got my fingers crossed for you this year.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, mine were from YouGarden this time, and they grew really well. But yes, that's a good point. And I know sometimes we moan about the cold and stuff, but yes, certain plants, they need that cold snap.
Absolutely.
I think one of the reasons my lupins were horrendous last year, I don't think it was cold enough for a lot of the aphids to be killed off.
Right.
And they just got, I don't think it was too wet as well. So yeah, the cold snap can be really good for lots of plants.
They really can.
They need it.
We've got a lovely collection of hydrangeas coming up for you next. So we had the Incredible earlier. We are now showing you this lovely triple pack that we've got here.
Oh, I like this one.
And you are going to get the 3 different varieties included in there. The Diamond Rouge, the Sunday Phrase and the Silver Dollar included. You have got a gorgeous mixture of colours here that complement each other really, really well. And they are the paniculatas. And I like mop head varieties, but I do quite like, there's something about those dense panicles of flowers.
Those 3 together, I think, really work. So to go from the white to the pink to the really kind of almost like a reddy pink, they are going to look fantastic. And I actually think a lot of people worry about pruning, but I always think the paniculatas are just so much easier in terms of pruning.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry.
They're easy, aren't they? Honestly, I leave them on over winter, and then in springtime, once you start seeing a few new bits of growth coming through, just trim back those other ones.
But they do flower on the new growth.
Yeah.
So you don't, it's not difficult.
It doesn't matter when you do it.
But I'll say it again, hydrangeas, they love it moist. And the UK is a lot wetter than it used to be. Yeah. So, if you get another wet summer, then the hydrangeas will do magnificently again. They're beautiful. I love all these new breeds, don't you?
I do.
I really do. That is a fantastic price as well. So, $16.97. And they are fully winter hardy. Again, if you're thinking, I might wait to buy those, get them. Lock that price in today. $14.42 for club members. And they do, I think, from my own experience with hydrangeas in my garden, they do establish quite quickly as well. I wasn't waiting years and years for them to get going.
Keep them well watered.
Yes.
You'll be absolutely fine.
And Mother Nature will probably do that anyway.
Right, great deal we've got on the Ceanothus here, or Chenomalies, as Adam calls it.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
I call it Ceanothus.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong, by the way.
Whatever you like.
I like
to
add bits to names, Bex tells.
He does occasionally put the extra syllable in.
Yeah, I do.
It's quite funny, I like it.
Yeah, I do.
But this is a beautiful plant here, and this one is going to give you some gorgeous orange. I mean, they are more orange than red, I think, but it is beautiful. And these are going to flower for you sort of March into May time. They do have a blaze of colour in spring as the foliage starts to come through. You can actually train it as a climbing shrub against a wall or a fence, or, you know, it's great at the back of a border, this one. Can get about 2.5 metres in height by about 1.5 metres on here. The flowers do smother sort of bare branches, which is what I quite like about this one. So the flowers do start to come in before the leaves do, and there's a slight crossover of them as well, and you get lovely, glossy, dark green leaves on there.
And then you do get the ornamental fruits, don't you?
You do get the ornamental fruits later on in the year, sort of September, October time.
They're not edible. I do remember, again, this is one we had as a child, I remember asking my mum, can I eat those? She was like, no.
Yeah, don't eat them. I mean, apparently they can be cooked into things, and they're all right, but yeah, I wouldn't bother.
But they're really pretty. I do remember them. They're kind of glossy and red. They're really nice.
It's a spiky plant, but just to be aware.
Yes, I can see these. Look,
the spikes that are on here.
Yeah.
It's great as a security hedge. Really good as a security hedge if you want something like that. But just bear it in mind if you're pruning and trimming and things.
And you can either buy one for £9.99, or you can double up and get two for £50. I mean, again, with that club discount price. £16 with 15% off, so you'd save £2.40, which would make it £13.60 if you get. Say it, I can still do it. £13.60 is what you'd pay if you're a club member. £13.60.
I'm not even going to play.
No. Yeah. So now you see, I'm having to work out in my head 15% off. It's not easy. Right, I like the look of the Deutzia.
I do love a Deutzia, actually, because, again, you get lovely clusters of flowers on here. And actually what I quite like about this is the shades of pink that you get. Oh, apparently we need to go back to the Cheanomalies. What do we need to do? I need to read a YouTube comment.
Oh.
Karen, good morning.
Hello, Karen. Good morning, is it? Yeah, good morning. Go on, what?
Love Adam's pronunciation. It makes me want to sing doot doot dee doot doot in a Muppet style. Cheanomalies. Doot 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 doot. Cheanomalies. Doot 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 doot. Cheanomalies. I'll change. I'll call it Cheanomalies from now on. Cheanomalies. Doot 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 doot. All right, Deutzia. Okay, so what we've got on here, again, they're almost like panicles of flowers, but you've got these lovely clusters, and it's the colour in here. I find this a very classy shade of sort of pinks that you're getting in here.
Yeah, totally agree.
And at the tips of each of the petals, there's a slightly darker colour pink, and then it sort of goes into that light coloured white. Yes, it looks brushed, you're right. It's graceful, it's got arching stems, you get huge, or not huge, but you get masses of the clusters of these flowers as well. It's got a lovely sweet scent to it. It flowers right when you want it to, June, July time. Beautiful flowering, and compact enough to keep in a pot, this, because it only gets to about 1 metre by 1 metre. And you're going to get 3 of them. And
threes, we know. Threes work so well. A lot of garden designers do repeat planting, and odd numbers just seems. I mean, look, you can do even numbers if you want maybe more contemporary formal look, but yeah, odd numbers often works very, very well and really mirrors nature. 511 298 for the Deutzia Raspberry Sunday. Fully winter hardy as well.
Yeah.
So don't forget. I mean, what we've really tried to do with today's show is give you as many fully winter hardy plants as possible. So you can buy them. I mean, don't think, oh, you know, get those home. What am I going to have to do with them? You can leave them in the pots till the weather's better. And actually, I don't know what it's like where you are, but next week's a lot warmer. It's like probably opposite, isn't it?
Yeah, I was checking. By Saturday, it gets up to 10 degrees around here. So, yeah.
It's amazing, you know, so don't say. We're only showing you the vast majority of plants, there's only 2 exceptions really, are fully winter hardy. Bex, have I turned off the heating?
I don't know, did you press a button?
Well, I turned it up.
No, it sometimes... Yeah, it sometimes does that. You have to leave it alone a minute. Have you turned it up again?
I'm 26.
You've gone too high. You need to come down a couple.
I know, Sue did tell me this earlier.
Just get yourself a heated gilet.
Do you know what? I'm I'm going to do it.
Honestly, I highly recommend them. Unfortunately, we don't sell them at YouGarden. I wish we did, because I would sell loads of these. It's brilliant. I'm so cosy. I'm so cosy.
Do you know what? Let's look into it, though.
We should, though.
Yeah.
I'm really just cosy.
Because I don't see why.
It's a gardening item,
speak to our buyers, because if we could get a really good deal on them...
Have you got a heated gilet at home?
My mum's got one.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They're
My mum's
brilliant.
got one. She didn't know how to charge it up, but she's got
3
one.
heat levels on it. The battery lasts for ages. I'm toasty and warm right now.
Yeah, and I'm like dancing like a mad thing, trying to keep warm. Right.
Madame Lemoyne.
Madame Lemoyne.
Do we want a lilac in our garden? But do we want a classy, beautiful, bright white colour?
Oh, we do.
Lilac in our garden. Yes, please.
I was really pleased to see this back on the show. I remember this very, very well from last year, actually.
Yeah.
And we all love, I think most of us love lilac, but the white is so, that's pure white again, isn't it?
We've got a few white flowers on the show today, and I'm a big fan of it. I'd like to do a whole section or a whole corner just in white. I think that'd look really pretty. You're going to get all the amazing scent that you get from a French lilac. It's a sun lover. It can cope in pretty much any soil. It's award-winning. It's got the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, and this is one of the big ones. So if you want to let it go and get to 4 metres.
Let it go.
Height and spread here, you absolutely can. I mean, you can prune them back, so if you don't want it to get too big, you can, on a regular basis, just prune it back, maintain that shape and size so it doesn't get too big for you.
I don't know why I didn't buy it last year. I'm very tempted to that this year.
Yeah. Beautiful one.
Yeah. By the way, getting lots of you watching today. Thank you so much. If you haven't joined the club, the benefits have got even better. So those 2 prices on the screen, the yellow one is the best one. Yeah.
Yes, please.
If you are a club member, you can join today, £10 on auto renewal. So that's £10 for the whole year. You can cancel at the end of the year should you wish. I doubt you want to, but you could do. But that price will never go up. And we'll send you £20 worth of vouchers. We'll send you 2 postage vouchers worth £6.99 that you can redeem against regular standard postage. And you'll save 15% every time you order. 15. It used to be 10.
It used to be 10%. We've added another 5% to that, so even more savings. I'm so glad we work here. I'm so glad that we're club members.
And you've got Bex and I to thank for that.
Let's take it.
Yeah, no, we're joking. But it's brilliant. We were so excited to hear about the new club membership. It's brilliant because we spend a lot with YouGarden, a lot of you do, but to get 15% off every order is phenomenal. And
we are here 2 times a week, so we do the show on a Sunday like we are now, so from 9:30 to 12:30. We also do on a Thursday as well from 10 until 1 o'clock. So you can watch us live, you can interact, you can talk to us, send us pictures, ask us questions, but you can also watch them back excuse me, anytime you want to. Yeah. They're available on Facebook and on YouTube for you to play back whenever you like.
But if there's any sort of like mistakes that we make, anything we get wrong, just don't watch that bit back again and again, will you?
Fast forward.
Yes.
Right, let's talk to you about Verbena,
Not that we'd ever do that, but occasionally our words do come out in the completely wrong order. Yes!
I do love this particular one. There's another one called Charles Lamont that we bring, but these two are very similar. Well. This one I adore. I adore it because of the scent that you get. The fact that it flowers during the winter time and the scent you get from it is incredible. It's so sweet. It's got a real... I'd say this is a heady scent, this one, if that helps to describe it to you. A lovely, heady, sweet scent. Clusters of flowers that will flower for you between October and March. So, during some of the coldest and most miserable months of the year, it's got a nice long flowering season. And it's fully winter hardy, plus it's award winning, which I enjoy as well. So we've got some younger plants for you. We've got 3 of them, and I can see loads of buds on here for you, ready to burst open. I did say it normally flowers between October and March. Obviously next year, once these have got established, that's when you're going to get a slightly longer flowering season from these. This is because these are young plants at the moment. But you can see that there are plenty of buds on there ready to open and fill your garden with that scent. And
at YouGarden, we have lots of garden ready plants, but sometimes it's nice to buy the smaller plants that are going to give you a gardening journey. You get 3 of them, so actually club members again, they're only working out just over £4, about $4.25 each. And we buy both. Sometimes we'll make an impulse buy, like you bought the castor oil plant last week.
Yeah,
big, massive, boom, it's
already big.
It's there. But it's so satisfying sometimes when you buy a smaller plant and you watch its growth over the next several years, and you remember like what it used to look like. I mean, nowadays it's so easy, obviously, to take pictures with our phones and stuff, and it's nice to look back sometimes, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah. And this one doesn't get huge. I mean, there's other viburnum that can get massive. This one shouldn't get huge. It can get to about 1.5 meters height and spread here, but it could be also one that maybe you keep in a pot for some time too. Cutting stems of this to bring the scent indoors as well, I think is a good one for this.
I really like viburnums.
I love
really
them,
do. Yeah, I've got
some
a few
really
in my
beautiful
garden.
varieties.
And, yeah, they're generally very fragrant, nice and easy to grow, but very, very rewarding in the winter. Now, I made a few New Year's resolutions, and one of them was actually, in fact, we talked about it when we did our pre-records, didn't we? One of mine was to actually plant more hydrangeas. Because I don't know what you're like as gardeners, but I always take stock at the end of the year, and I'm like, what worked well? What were my big successes? What were my failures? And actually last year, certain things didn't cope with the wet that well. I'm sure you're the same. You look at your garden and think, that did really badly in 2024. But hydrangeas, it was the year of hydrangeas. Everywhere you looked, there were massive, beautiful displays of hydrangeas. So I've decided I'm definitely planting more hydrangeas this year. Yeah. And I love the new breeds as well. I mean, hydrangeas have got more and more exciting thanks to the incredible breeding. And what we've got for you right now, 3 paniculatas that will take you through sort of like whites and pinks and then really intense kind of cerise colours and those lovely kind of conical shapes as well. And I think those 3, the way they've been put together, the Diamond Rouge, the Sunday Fraser and now the Silver Dollar, those 3 together just look beautiful. The Silver Dollar's gorgeous.
Yeah,
they all are.
Them. They work perfectly together and they're great for our British weather. 1442 for all 3 of those, which is perfect.
It's amazing,
Under
isn't it?
$5 each.
Yeah,
so that's perfect.
And they just like a nice moist soil, and I think they do best in part shade. You know, they will tolerate sun, but they dry. If they're in a really sunny spot, they're just more likely to dry out. And a hydrangea always lets you know when it's dried out. It really does.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 of those there, all paniculatas. Very, very easy to look after and to care for, but those 3 have been specially put together. So you've got these shades of white right the way through to that intense pink. That is a lovely collection, isn't it?
Perfect.
Right, would you... But I knew this was a good price, sorry. Yeah. I love the April planters. We brought them to you for the first time in 2024. My mum's got these actually. She's got the square ones. But we've got the round April planters today for $8.49 for club members with that 50% discount. That for $8.49 is stunning, isn't it?
I adore that colour. It's kind of it's a green, but it's got a teal tint to it.
Again, it's high end to me, isn't it? Yeah,
definitely.
And we think that's been like inspired by dahlias. If you look at that design, it's got that kind of like slight dahlia look to it.
Love it.
We do a beige in this as well.
We do, yeah. So you can get a family of them. We've got the square ones, we've got the round ones, but this is the deal we're bringing to you on this one. They are £8.49 if you're in the club, which is a great price for a pot of that size. It's got the drainage holes in it already. It's got the lip around the edge so that you can actually pick it up and lift it. It's got extra reinforcement around the rim as well there. So, I mean, it's brilliant. Lightweight, frost resistant, UV stabilised, just a perfect pot.
Bex, that is such a good point. How many pots have been damaged in the last week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of the frost and the cold.
Because they contract and they shrink because of the frost and the moisture getting in there, and then they crack and break. There'll be a few.
I've picked up pots in the cold before and literally they've fallen to pieces in the hands, not with those. Now, we've also got a brilliant deal on our Tuscany planters as well. We call these terracotta because they look like terracotta, but they're not.
Yeah, OK, so these are £4.99 each or $4.29 in the club. The design on them is really pretty. I really like the swags and tails around the top and then the more angular sort of diamond patterns around the base there. The fact they've got that brushed kind of aged look on them is really cool too. So drainage holes are plenty. We have plenty of those in there. It's a perfect size as well for changing over your displays really sort of cheaply and easily because it doesn't take loads of plants or loads of compost to do that. And of course they are also UV stabilised and frost resistant.
I mean,
and they work great. I mean, You might want to create a little family if he doesn't like it. I'm not bothered. I quite like the mishmash of pots.
No, I do.
I like that whole sort of different mishmash of pots you get.
Gardening, I'm only joking because I do not like anyone to criticise anyone else's taste or gardens because we're all different and it's what makes you happy. So I'm only joking.
No, Shaun, you're much more neater, definitely. Whereas I go more sort of, I like it to look like Christmas is thrown up on my tree. Where I imagine you're very carefully placing things. I think that's our two different styles. Or not?
Yeah,
I think we are.
Yeah, we are probably. Yeah. But I've got a really fussy, pedantic other half.
I was going to say it's Jay that likes it like that.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but to be honest, I'm in charge of the garden, and I was brought up to be a neat gardener, but I'm trying not to be as neat. Yeah. It's not good because you can never make a garden perfect. You really can't. So I'm trying to relax a little bit. But there's no right and wrongs.
No.
Your garden is your garden. Your safe, lovely place, and. Buy whatever you want, and pots can look great as a mishmash. Totally agree. So those are the Tuscany.
That is that one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Tuscany. So 424 in the club. Multi-buy on that one. I would definitely recommend getting a few of those.
What's happened to our heater? What have I done with it?
I don't know. You've messed it up. I'll switch it off and on again because that helps, doesn't it?
Right. Really, really busy today. Thank you so much to everyone that's ordered. Do you know what? I should have worn my nice. I've got some lovely. Very unattractive, but sort of furry boots.
Right.
I should have worn them today. Because you wouldn't have seen them anyway, would you?
You wouldn't have seen
right, I'm going to move over while you're just fiddling with
I'll
the heater.
fiddle with this. You carry on over there.
I'm going to move over to the favourites table. Thank you to everyone that's placed an order with YouGarden today. My name's Shaun Ryan, by the way, with the lovely Bex Edwards. If you want to ever follow us both on social media, you can do. We'll pop the details up. There you go. I do a lot more on Facebook, but I'm also on Instagram. Known as Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man. Normally just post about the garden, but you also get to see other things that I've been up to as well. And then if you want to follow Bex as well, there you are, Bex.
I am. I'm Rebecca.
I think yours is harder.
I know.
It's that underscore business.
I couldn't change it. It won't anyway, you'll find me. If you search Bex Edwards, you'll find me. I'm on TikTok as well, so I'm Bex Edwards on TikTok if you want to come and join me on there. I'm trying to post a little bit more this year. So we'll see.
That's your New Year's resolution, isn't it?
I've already failed on my New Year's resolution. I've been busy doing house stuff.
I always think social media, do it when you feel like it.
When you feel like it.
Yes.
Right, we're going to go quick.
Favourites. These are the top sellers today on YouGarden TV. 4 Seasons Heather collections. You get 3 of these, £6.77.
Yeah.
£2.25 and a bit each.
Absolutely gorgeous. Evergreen ground cover, flower power and low maintenance. Tick, 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 tick. Thank you very much. They do require ericaceous compost in order for them to thrive, so get hold of a bag of our ericaceous compost. We've got a deal on it. But if you want low maintenance but beauty in every single season of the year, then heather is a really good option to go for.
And they are, I'm just thinking, they are a great solution for those of you that want ground cover, you want to suppress the weeds, and you just want interest for every day of the year. But when they do flower, they are rather spectacular heathers.
Oh, they are spectacular. Yeah. And the scent you get is incredible.
I mean, the ones outside, the entrance nursery look
fantastic,
amazing every single time we drive in. Right, we've also got our Chilean lantern that we have both got our eye on.
So another one that needs the ericaceous compost. So again, get hold of that deal that we've got. It's evergreen, which I really enjoy about this. Got too many deciduous plants. I still need to mix in some more evergreen. But those lanterns and flowers that are, they're stunning, aren't they? They're very pretty. They're slightly unusual, which is what I like about them. And they will last for a while as well. So you do get a decent amount of flowering season on here. They'll probably start budding up and flowering for you from between May and into like August, basically, is when you'll have those. Very little you need to do with it. Little prune back after flowering, and try and give it some light and air through the centre. So just look at maybe thinning it out slightly in the centre, because that'll really help to encourage it to flower better in the following years.
Yeah, I really fancy that one.
Yeah,
really do. Now, 510 165 849. Don't forget, you get 15% off now. Yes, with every single order if you're our club member.
Yay.
It's a lot of money to save, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Right, a lot of you, and this is a real cutie. This is a Dixonia. It's a tree fern, but it's a mini one. And Stu just said, oh, it's real cute here. Her name's Rebecca.
He doesn't mean it, but I'll take it.
Yeah, take it back.
Yeah,
very rare we get any compliments from Stu. I don't think he's ever given me a compliment, Bex. Ever, have you, Stu? No, we have.
The Dicksonia is the baby one, and this is a lovely one to get in your garden because you will have it for, well, I mean, forever. You could have it for. It's very long-lived, very slow-growing, which we like. So you're going to start off with this journey and follow it through. There's mine after about a year to 18 months, and then there's another one that shows you after about 2 years. Yeah, roughly we're talking.
I was so impressed with that because they are slow-growing. But that is very impressive. And although if you want a bigger Dicksonia, you're thinking, I want one of those really big ones. We've got the 3 foot, the 2 foot, the 1 foot, all different price points. And actually, I think the biggest one we do is 275, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, if you've got it, if you've got the cash to spend, it's a great time to do it, because especially if you're a club member, because you'll get 15% discount, which is a really good one. So by all means, go for them. But I got the small one because I wanted to go on that journey. I want to watch it grow into that big one. I want to spend the next 2 decades of my life watching that happen.
You know, you've got children anyway, but if you end up with grandchildren, that could be in your family for decades.
It'll be an heirloom. It'll be an heirloom plant.
Yes.
Hopefully, if I don't kill it in the meantime.
No. Talking of which, it needs protection right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't like the cold weather. I mean, what I tend to do with mine, I've got a big Dicksonia, and I take all the fronds, just tie them up gently, and I put a fleece over it. That's what I do for the winter time. This one will need covering right now. And say, if you've got horticultural fleece, brilliant. Bex, you put yours in your unheated porch.
Mine's in a pot because it's small enough so I can move it. Obviously, once it gets bigger and it's a great big log, then yes, I'll be doing the horticultural fleece. But hardy down to sort of the zeros and -1, -2. But if you get past that, that's when it really does need protecting. We're just trying to give you as much advice as possible. Most of the plants on today's show fully winter hardy. You can leave them in the pots till you decide to plant them, but that needs protection, as does our angel wings as well. Yeah, similar temperatures here. So, you know, once you get down to sort of zeros and -1 and 2, then give it a bit of protection. But a lovely one for creating contrast in your garden. You've got those frostings on the leaves, or what looks like frosting on there. Real beautiful texture that you've got. You won't be able to walk past it without touching it because it's very soft. It's got this lovely sort of scilla, I'd call them. They're like fine hairs all over the plant, aren't they? So lovely.
Oh, it's lovely.
Honestly, so soft, very velvety. Low maintenance as well.
If my cat Teddy's watching, Teddy, it's like your ears.
Yeah. Like a cat's ear.
It is.
So they're really drought tolerant once they get established. They barely need any pruning, really. Just a little bit, to be honest with you. Yeah, no pruning required for this plant to thrive. They do like free draining soils. That's the only thing I would say. So they don't like the winter wet. Otherwise, you do get the rotting of the roots there. So this wouldn't work in my clay soil in my garden, but it would work beautifully in a pot. Yeah, and then I could create that contrast.
I have mine in a pot, and I basically I do put it in the greenhouse in the winter, and I put it in my sort of Mediterranean area in the summer. The best one, is it the best seller or one of the best sellers? Yay! Yes. So more people have ordered the Verbena bonariensis than anything else today, which makes me very, very happy.
Absolutely.
And I'll be honest, I'd like to think it was me that inspired you with my garden, but actually it's probably the price today. Because it is down to $4.99 from $12.99, and I am going to say you need to buy these in mass. You don't need to, but one by itself.
It looks a little bit lonely.
Yeah, because
it does. It'll grow, it'll mature, it'll spread because it will self-seed. So if you're patient and you want to wait, that's fine. But at $4.99, definitely we're going to recommend you going for 3 at least.
And it is one of my absolute favourite plants. And I want to just take you, if I can, to my garden right now. This is why I absolutely adore Verbena bonariensis. Well, this edge of my patio looks a little bit severe and harsh, I think you'll agree. But if I take you around this side, I actually planted last year Verbena bonariensis, and I just love this because you still get the view, but it softens the whole border. And I just adore these like pom-poms of purple. And it's a massive one for the pollinators as well. You get so many bees just dancing around here. But Verbena bonariensis, it's often known as a transparent plant. And what it does, it really highlights other plants in your beds and borders without dominating. You can always see through it. You've got these lovely kind of, I always call them like plants that look like they've done Pilates, because you've got these long, lean kind of stems and side stems, and there's these little purple pom-poms on the edge of every one. So they never block, they never dominate, they never overtake, but they complement all the other plants in the garden. Now, these are in full flower right now. Last year, I let them go to seed. I want to show you what's happened. So if you come and take a look down here, I mentioned that I let these go to seed last year. They look really attractive during the winter, but look, there are now hundreds of mini Verbena bonariensis. Look, loads and loads of these. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig these up and I'm going to plant them all the way around the garden. So imagine what I've got here. I can have the other side of the patio, and then I really want, that border's a bit dull over there, so I'm just going to plant dozens of Verbena bonariensis, and I think it's going to look great. And all these plants were free just from the seeds from these. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's just such a wonderful plant, and because it is transparent, it never masks other plants, it never invades. You imagine, I did that border, but I've now put them all the way around the back as well. So that back I thought looked quite dull. I mean, it's not great. So yeah, and mine did self-seed. So, you know, I did get lots of free plants. So my top tip would be leave those in the, well, obviously you're going to have them probably in the ground rather than pots, but leave the dead flowers on, and they may even self-seed as well. But it's a stunning plant. And the best thing I can say is, while we've got that massive price reduction today, and it's huge. I mean, club members, £4.24, and they're going to get to, I would say, at least £1.5 this year. So grab those while you can. It's been the top selling plant. More of you ordered that than anything else, and lots of you ordering multiples of that as well. And don't forget, there's big price reductions. If you're a club member, you now get 15% off every single plant and our compost and our pots each time that you order with us on YouGarden. It's lovely to be with you, having a lovely time. And so I'm moving around a lot. It's a little bit chilly in the potting shed today. But it's great. I'm appreciating the cold snaps and just really, really planning our gardens for 2025. And we've got so many great deals on today's show, we really have. So here's a reminder of some of your favourites so far. So this is the Golden Lanterns Pheasant Berry. Absolutely stunning, isn't it? I mean, that burgundy against the white looks quite magical. 5 to 1, 5, 2, 3, saving £12 today. £11 and 4 for club members. Then we've got one of the first plants to flower in the winter time. This will burst into these yellow flowers February time, normally February, March, depending on where you live. But what I love about For-sythia is the fact that you get hundreds of these gorgeous four-petaled yellow flowers before the leaves come through. So it really is extremely striking. And I always think February, the worst month of the year for many of us. I mean, February can be the coldest, most miserable month. So this just brings you absolute joy. And it is the mini version. Don't forget, For-sythia can grow several metres high, but the mini gold in general will only grow to about 1.5 metres. So it's great in a pot, this one. Absolutely brilliant in a pot. Don't forget, you need to use the offer code to get all of the discounts and your free gift, YGTV 0225 for that beautiful For-sythia, the mini gold. Then we've got Verbena. You get 3 of these, and all of ours are in leaf right now, in bud I should say. The scent on this particular Verbena is exquisite, it really is. And Verbena is nice and easy to grow, giving you that winter interest and winter flowers as well. $14.99 for all 3 of those, or $12.74 for club members, $511,689. And then massively busy for the incredible Verbena bonariensis. Great for pollinators, forgot to say that. Bees, butterflies, they dance around these all summer long. They're fast growing, so, you know, that plant in the 17 centimetre pot with the £8 saving will grow to, I would say, 1.5 metres this year. And there's mine. I've got 6 along there if you're wondering how many I've got there. And they really are one of my favourite plants ever. 424 560 925. 424 for club members. Then we just saw it. This is on my list and Bex's list today. It's the Chilean lantern tree, which is only £8.49 in the tree. Now, it is evergreen. You get all of those lovely flowers, followed by these fabulous. I mean, look at those lanterns. They're absolutely beautiful. And then, oh yeah, I really like the ornamental quince. Now, this is another one that flowers on its bare roots. £8.49 for club members, so you can double up as well. Then this is followed by all of the lovely foliage, and then you get the ornamental fruits as well. But it is it's one that's a little bit spiky, so it does have little thorns on its branches, so do bear that in mind. Great, maybe as a deterrent as well, and that's 510 957. But yeah, one of my childhood favourites, that one. Then we brought you the Escalonia. I like this one, really do. It's a very neat plant, so I think it's nice and dense in terms of its foliage. It flowers from about May onwards, and you get these lovely kind of panicles of beautiful pink flowers. It doesn't grow too big, so maybe 1.2 metres by 1.2 metres, and fairly, I would say, slow to moderate in terms of its growth. But when it flowers, it's magical. But the foliage is actually really nice on an Escalonia as well. 510 545. Club discount price is £10.19. And then in terms of fragrance scent, this is another absolute beauty. It's the Philadelphus virginal. I think I would assume the virginal applies to the colour of this. It's pure white. And when you think about it, there's so many plants that are off-white, or suddenly get little shades of pink or green in them. This is pure white, and it smells divine. Mock orange is its popular name. 510 393 849. And you've got a £5 saving on that one as well for the Philadelphus. Then we have got another beauty. This is a buy one, get one free on the Kolkwitzia, which is a stunning summer flowering plant. Can go quite large, this one. Beautiful pink flowers with exquisite scent as well. You get masses of them as well on the plant. $19.99 or $16.99 for club members for the Kolkwitzia there. And then finally, our plant of the week, our deal of the week, are the heathers. We call them 4 seasons because they look good every single season, but when they are in flower, they are magical. And they do spread. They're great ground cover, and they do smell fabulous. $7.97, $5.11, $6.22. Right, quick few reminders. Our club discount now gives you 15% off everything. How much, Bex?
15%. And
that's off all your plants, all your pots, all your compost. You now get 7.5% off other things like machinery, garden furniture. So amazing benefits. And if you join today, and we've had lots of new memberships, thank you, you will get £20 worth of club vouchers that you can redeem against purchases, and $6.99 postage vouchers, 2 of those as well that you can redeem against standard postage. Amanda, what she just said,
Amanda's just said, oh no, I didn't bring my tree fern in, I hope it survives.
So do we, Amanda.
I will cross my fingers for you, Amanda. It's been pretty chilly for the Dixonia. So yeah, big fingers crossed for you. I mean, it's only $4.99 if you want to get another one anyway, just in case.
Do you know, I mean, it's still frozen outside today, so I'd still protect it now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The longer it's in the cold, the more damage that could happen. So yeah, it's still worth giving it a bit of protection now.
Absolutely.
Bex is going home to tie up her cord lines.
I dragged it across the garden because it's right over the back border. It was in a pot. It's in one of our heavy-duty pots, and it's in the border at the back there. And I was like, no! So I dragged it across to right next to the house, because that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Put it in the sunshine, where I know the sunshine will hit. So hopefully it'll be all right, but we'll see. But
the great thing, whatever you buy and say, pretty much everything that we've got, with just a couple of exceptions, fully winter hardy as well. And I always say that if you're not sure, when you go on our website, if it's got the snowflake symbol, it means fully winter hardy, backed by our lifetime guarantee. The free gift today, by the way, is our Blooming Fast.
The best fertiliser.
It is.
It's a granular one,
To be
but
honest,
you dilute it and it'll make 100 litres.
It's the only one that I really use, apart from a lawn feed.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, because it's so good.
It's really for every single plant virtually, and that will make 100 litres of fertiliser. So don't think, oh, it's a little try me sachet. It makes 100 litres. Worth £5. You get that free with every order. Free postage when you spend
over £40. So if you get your order to over 40 and enter the code YGTV0224, you'll get free postage. The free code puts your free gift in your basket. It will unlock the free postage, but it'll also unlock all of the other deals, the savings, the buy one get one free, the double up deals, all of those. It's the magic key, so you need to place it in every time you place an order. It changes every week though.
What else have we got to say? So postage we talked
it.
about, free
Membership.
gift, membership. Yeah, get in touch.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. You can join the chat on here. Neil, sorry folks, I'll miss next Sunday's show as I am out on Group's post-Christmas walk.
Oh, very
followed
good,
by
Neil.
a 3-course pub meal. We'll watch about later. Neil, you know how much I love going up to the Peak District and doing those kind of walks. And then you finish it off in a pub. That's brilliant. I wish I was there with you. But you know you can watch back any time, and
Exactly.
I know you do, so thank you very much. So yeah, join the YouTube chat. Facebook chat Stu is keeping an eye on, and you can email us at ygtv@yougarden.com. Amanda says she brought all her phoenix in.
Good.
And the cordyline.
Good.
She forgot about the tree fern. See, I brought the tree fern in and forgot about the cordyline.
Yeah.
So clearly you and I are on opposites.
Amanda, we all forget things, don't
Yeah,
we? Do you know, I
it
nearly
happens.
left my greenhouse door open last night.
Really?
Well, it was open. It was about 8 o'clock, and I was like,
Quickly run out there.
I'd left it open for the cat to go in, and then I was like, oh no. Yeah, so thankfully I closed it. Right.
Yeah, we haven't got long
I
left.
like this one.
Only about 40 minutes remaining.
Do you remember? I remember this from last year. Love this one.
Love this because you get the pink pussy willow catkins. They are a beautiful shade of pink
They
on
are.
here. So normally they're kind of a white and a yellow colour,
Yeah.
aren't they? So having one that's pink is just adding that extra little bit of difference. And
I think they're really cute.
yeah, I really like it.
And actually, I'm thinking when this is established, you could easily take stems off and bring them indoors.
Yeah.
They look really good, don't they?
Well,
in
they're
indoor
great
space?
as fillers in
Yeah.
plant pots and things. And I was in Tesco. They weren't the pink ones; they were the white ones, and they were it was 3
The
stems.
Waitrose had the pink ones.
No, that would be why.
I'm joking.
I think it was 3 or 5 stems, and they were like £9.99 or something or
Yeah.
other. So yeah,
They
once
do look nice though.
They do look pretty. Once these get established, they can get to probably about 2 by 2 metres, and then you've got loads and loads of stems that you can then cut and dry and use in your displays if you want to. The variety is actually bred for cut flower market because the stems make this beautiful impact, don't they? The catkins do get a sort of yellow tinge to them once the pollen starts to come in, and then obviously that makes them really happy for wildlife, for bees and stuff like that.
And again, buy one, get one free today. You just need to use the code YGTV0225. Just wonder if they'll produce any catkins this year.
Well, I think
You might be looking at
I don't know. I think they're a little small,
No,
to
you're
be
probably
honest
right,
with you.
actually,
I think
yeah.
you'd probably struggle for catkins this year, but buying the smaller plants obviously means you get great value for money, plus the fact that we've got the buy one, get one free. So I think this is more about planning for the future.
Yeah.
You'll get the foliage and stuff summertime.
If you do, let us know.
I don't want to overpromise.
No,
I
Bex,
don't think so.
I think you're right. I think
I think you wait until next year.
Will be next springtime. But anyway, great post. Now, something that is going to look great right now.
Yeah.
And I've actually got these in my garden.
I love a phormium.
Oh, and do you know what? They are so resilient. You'll often see phormiums in commercial displays, like roundabouts, for example.
Yeah.
But the black velvet is absolutely amazing, and it really is as close to black as you can get.
This is all about planting for contrast, as Stu has just said in my ear, and it truly, truly is. Because you're not only getting the contrast with the colour, but you are getting the contrast with the shape of the leaves as well. Arching, sword-shaped leaves. It's somewhere between a grass and a cordyline, just because of the way that it grows and the way that it sort of, arches over. The black colour, the black next to the pink pussy willow, the black with our angel wings, the black with any brightly coloured plant. That's just going to look amazing. Oh yeah, next to that green of the rhododendron. I think that the fact that you're getting 3 of these as well is going to look really beautiful. These do produce flowers as well, don't they? And the flowers are incredible. The ones I've seen where you get these lovely stems of flowers that come up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really bad. I just chop mine off.
Do you?
Yeah, because I
think they're really pretty. Don't you like them? What is it?
I was you get these huge. Look, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But to be honest, where mine are as well, the stems get massive and they kind of block the view and things where they are.
Okay.
But no, listen, some people love the flowers on them.
I do.
Yeah.
I really like the flowers on a phormium.
When yours fly, you might be thinking, what's Shaun going on about? But I love the fact that a phormium, I know them as New Zealand flax, they're great in windy positions and exposed positions. They are drought tolerant. They're just really resilient, and I would say a lot more resilient than cordlines, actually.
Agree, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You don't need to tie those up at all.
No.
Try and avoid damp planting, basically. So again, my clay soil, probably not going to like the winter wet that they will provide, but pretty hardy. Yeah. You don't need to worry.
They clump form, so they really do produce beautiful clumps of foliage. They are a good one.
Yeah.
Yes. And to get 3 at that price is amazing. I think the black ones are a lot. You don't see them as often, the black velvet.
No, very true.
You don't.
Very true.
And you will love your flowers.
Well, I love them. We're all different.
Yeah, mine's a different variety of flowers, though. And
Next up, we've got our rhododendron, the Marcel Menard.
I like
we brought this one back because it has been really popular today. And I know why. Rhododendrons are always popular. You've got evergreen foliage. But I think it's brilliant, actually, that we're doing a deal on this today when getting it now means you're going to get all of the beauty of it this year. You're not going to have to wait. You are going to get blooms. And you are going to get the best of it this year. Fat bloom, fat buds on there, which is what I really like. They're big, they're healthy, and they are going to give you some amazing displays this year. The flower colour is incredible. Love the marking on the petal there. It's like the little runway for the bees to land on there. I love a rhododendron. I think they're one of the most perfect plants for the garden.
Don't forget, you do need an acid soil.
Yes.
So if you haven't got acid soil, just buy some of our ericaceous compost. It is on offer today. And they look like, we think, sort of like a dapple spot. So maybe morning sun, evening sun, but try and avoid the sort of like really strong afternoon sun with those. Slow growing, so they're not going to be invasive or anything like that, but they flower every single year, normally about April time, and they are magnificent.
Ruth says, I love the phormium flower spikes. Well done, Ruth. You're in my camp. I love you. Neil says, all the group walks end up at the pub normally, and that is absolutely right. They should. You do a big walk, you get a pint of beer. That's the way it works.
I thought Neil did. I thought Neil doesn't drink.
I know, but, you know,
mind you, there's some
going to a pub and having a nice
very
time.
Good non-alcoholic drinks.
Absolutely.
I've heard.
I like my pint after my walk. It's lovely.
Now, we're going to move on to our buddleia, and I really love this particular colour of buddleia, the sun gold. We think of buddleia as being the purple, the Davidii is a common one. It's nice, but it's a bit more. It's a bit commonplace. Everyone's saying they love the phormium flowers now, Bex.
I love it. No, I'm glad.
Yes.
Everyone's on my camp today. And I'm normally in your camp, but I'm having them today. They're in my camp. Oh, I've got this buddleia tangled up. There we go. Just wanted to separate those out for you. Yeah, the buddleia sun gold is a really nice variety because it's just something a bit different, isn't it? It's still a butterfly bush, still going to invite all of those pollinators into your garden. I like the fact that these are rounded balls of clusters of flowers rather than those sort of long pointy ones, just something a little bit different. And this has a lovely scent to it as well. Easy to grow, totally hardy, can grow in all sorts of soil conditions, even really poor soils. So this is just a fantastic one, and it's award-winning too because it's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit.
And just as good for those pollinators, of course. I really like the colour of that. Yeah, it is lovely. I love yellow, really do. And it is a double-up deal, so you do need to put 2 in your basket, and then one of them will be absolutely free. 510031.
Won't be free. 2 for $14.99. Sorry, it's $9.99 for one. Or double-up deal is 2 for $14.99. So 15% discount if you're in the club on that double-up deal.
I'm trying to work out what that is now. 15. So it was so easy when it was 10%.
It would have been £1.50 off.
Yeah, so you get $2.25 off that, don't you, if you double up?
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
So it'd be £12.75 for club members. It's really hard working this out, you know. It is. My little brain's going like this.
10% was much easier, wasn't it?
But 50% is so much better.
There you go.
We're having a really busy show, by the way, so thank you to each and every one of you. Thanks to all the new members, all the new viewers. I don't want anyone else to say how wonderful Formium flowers are. Right, so...
Anyone else like a Formium flower? Abelia kaleidoscope we've got coming for you now, and this is to do with the kaleidoscope of colour that you get from the leaves.
Look at this.
The leaves are incredible, aren't they? I mean, you've got a bit of a kaleidoscope going on now, but actually it will intensify, and you'll get deeper colours, you'll get darker ones, you'll get lighter ones, you get some blacks, some reds, some burgundies in there. But you don't. It's not just about foliage. You will get
flowers,
lovely flowers, dainty pinkish white coloured flowers, but then you're also going to get some berries that appear on here as well. The buds have a lovely scent to them. I mean, it's a lovely one, isn't it? I was saying I feel like this is a really good chorus line plant in the garden. I don't think it's necessarily the show-stopping plant, but I think planted correctly, you'll get that gorgeous contrast.
And I really liked that little video that we just saw, because it was surrounded by different coloured grasses, like the red barren was there.
And the black one in the background.
Yes.
That works really nicely. I mean, we've got the Formium here, so you could put the Formium and the Abelia together, and that'd look really
beautiful.
Nice.
And one thing I learned when I went to the Chelsea Flower Show last year, there were so many gardens just using foliage. It really, really worked. A lot of the Chelsea gardens were all about foliage last year.
Yeah.
And foliage en masse, different colours, contrasting like you're seeing right now, look amazing. But yeah, I like that one. I really do.
Yeah, it's nice and easy, a little bit of pruning just to keep sort of shape and size. Best planted in full sun. If you want the kaleidoscope of colour, full sun is where you need to plant it. It'll cope in a part shady position. You might just not get as many colours from it, but it'll be perfectly happy in a part shady position as well.
That looks lovely there, doesn't it?
It does, really pretty.
Right, don't forget you've got about half an hour if you want to join the group chat, if you want to message us.
Send us any pictures.
Yes.
Oh, Neil, I did promise I was going to answer your question, and he's asking about houseplants. So what he's saying is...
Because he bought quite a few, didn't he?
Well, he said he got the pet-friendly houseplant collection, which I and Rocky love. We do a collection of 3 different plants. And he says they were supplied in 12cm pots, and as a houseplant novice, will I need to repot them at any point, and if so, what size pot would you recommend? Also, a quick other question about the osteosperm and purple sun, shown in the latest catalogue. Winter hardy? No, the purple sun are not winter hardy.
Well, that's interesting because mine have.
But they're not the hard. So you've got.
No, they're not supposed to be.
No.
But mine have survived.
But are they going to survive this frost?
Probably not this one, but they've been fine.
I think they can cope with lower.
I was going to say I think they can cope with low minus temperatures.
Yeah, I mean we don't bring you the purple sun as winter hardy osteospermum. You can see them through to the next year if you protect them, is what we always say about those. So.
Yeah.
Protect them, basically. And when it comes to the house plants, they're in 12cm pots. Whenever I repot, I rarely go up bigger than 2 or 3 centimetres in pot size. So to a 14 or a 15. And then you don't repot until...
I'd wait till spring.
Yeah.
Wait till the daylight hours are longer.
And also you've got to look at the roots. You know how we show you the root system, and sometimes we say it's really crowded down there. If you look at the roots and it's really packed, it definitely needs repotting. If it's not... you don't need to worry about it.
But if you do go for the osteosperm and purple sun, I can honestly say they are the most amazing plants.
I love them.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore
They
purple
really,
sun.
I mean, that was one of my... In fact, when I nearly remember we did the pre-recorded Christmas shows.
Oh, yeah, that was one of your successes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant plant. I've done it for 2 years running, and they are gorgeous.
They are just, I mean, they flowered all summer long. And so mine did actually still look good until, probably last night. I should have brought them in the greenhouse. The greenhouse is full at the moment, though. But Neil, thank you. There they are.
They indeed look good.
They were good, weren't they?
It's the mixture of the colours.
Look at them, Neil.
A neat mound that you get there. The shape is made. You've got loads of flowers on those.
I mean, look.
Were you on it with your deadheading? Were you being good, or?
That was quite good, and I did feed them with blooming fast a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do the trick, won't it?
But yeah, Neil...
It's moved us on, quick.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But Neil, do go for them. Do go for them. Right.
We do like to stop for
do you know
chat.
what?
I'm sorry.
I just liked seeing summer again.
Yeah, it was nice in sunshine.
Now is the time that you plan, and you know, obviously Neil and many of you, you're looking through our catalogue, you're looking at our website, you're deciding what you're going to buy, what you're going to plant. Bex and I are doing the same. I know Bex is maybe moving this year, so
I'm still going to do my gardening though. I'm going to do lots of pots.
You got loads of pots, haven't you?
Yeah. I'll still get some gardening.
So you know, it's a good time to start playing, and so many of our plants on the show are fully winter hardy. Now this one, I'm going to grow more fruit and veg this year.
Yep.
And I must admit, I have got my eye on the Mojo Berry. Never grown this one. But I do remember, I mean, there was a lot in the news over the last several years about how beneficial the Mojo Berry is in terms of antioxidants.
Yeah, it's one of those dark fruits again, isn't it?
It's known as a superfruit. It's one of those really, really great antioxidant, nutritious fruits, but very easy to grow. Really easy to grow.
Okay, so this one is award-winning, Plant of the Year at Chelsea in 2017, which is brilliant. That's a very high accolade.
I mean, that's huge.
It's a miniature variety as well, a dwarf variety. So this will get to somewhere between a metre and a half height here, and it'll spread by about 50 centimetres. But it's got a lovely habit to it. Look at that, the lovely arching stems that you get from this.
It's quite beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful. So I think this is a perfect one for a pot. You know, a larger pot, but a heavy-duty pot, for example, that would work really nicely in there. You get a profusion of white blooms that happen in sort of late springtime, and then those succulent, juicy berries follow. And they start out that lovely ruby red colour, a bit like a raspberry colour, and then they darken to this lovely sort of blackberry colour, which is when they're ready to pick.
I have never tried a fresh Mojo Berry. I've had them dry.
No, I haven't.
But they are supposed to be absolutely delicious.
I want to grow it. I do want to do it. I want to do more grow your own as well. So, you know, and I've got my blueberries growing, but I'd like to try something a little bit different, and this would be a great one.
It's another great one for pot.
It's self-fertile, so you don't need to worry about that one. And it's obvious, isn't it? You just need to plant this in a really nice sunny position. Yeah, lots of sun, decent amount of watering. That will be amazing.
Yeah, I'm tempted by that as well.
I reckon you get some decent fruits this year. It's nicely established. Obviously, once it gets bigger and better, you'll get even more fruits from it, but I'd like to think you'll get a decent, you know, some fruits this year.
I think the first time I heard about the Mojo Berry, I'm sure it was Madonna that was eating loads of them.
Really?
I'm sure it was.
And black mulberries, by the way, because there are other varieties, different colours, aren't there? These tend to be the sweetest ones. The sweetest of the mulberry varieties.
Extremely nutritious.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to get health this year as well. Yes.
Okay, what else am I adding into my basket?
Yeah, let's go Mojo Berry. And then another, again, if you're trying to do a bit more grow your own, we have got an amazing. Now I like this one a lot because it's our complete blueberry collection.
Yeah.
And today, I think for the first time ever, we are including all that you need. So you're going to get your blueberries, 3 different varieties to give you a longer fruiting season, 3 pots, and you even get your 60 litres of ericaceous compost as well.
Yes.
Because blueberries are acid loving. All for the price, they're half price today, under £30, $29.95. Now we will be honest, the pots that we're giving you, they're only going to be okay in there probably for the first year. Let's be honest. Because
I think you can start them off in here.
Yeah.
So I planted this particular collection in April last year. They were this size when I got them, and then I put them straight into a heavy-duty pot. To be honest with you, 1 in each heavy-duty pot with the ericaceous compost, and they have grown fantastically well. So these are great pots if you want to start them off. They're fantastic, though, if you want to use them for other things. It's entirely up to you. It's just part of the collection. But I will think that you'll need to pot these on. So there they are when I first planted them, and that was April last year. Okay, April 2024. Nice little flowers on there. I got a few berries.
Yes,
I did get a few in the first year, and they were brilliant. I did the next video, if Stu's got it. Yes, thank you, Stu. That was in October. So the reason I did that was to show you the blaze of colour, because the foliage colours you get is fantastic.
A lot of growth.
But look at how much growth there is. That's the important thing to show you there.
I'm with Bex on that. I personally
lots of growth.
I'd put them in a bigger pot, but they would be happy in there for the first year. But you do get all of your ericaceous compost included, and you get an early, mid, and a late on those blueberries as well.
Which is why I went for that collection, because you're going to extend your blueberry picking season. You know, you're probably going to get a few months out of blueberry picking, and then rather than getting a glut all in one go, you can spread that out. And any excess that you do get, blueberries freeze really well. So then even in winter, you can be getting a handful of berries out of your freezer.
But I mean, it's such an easy fruit to grow.
Yeah.
And
sun, Water. They just want really nice amounts. Oh, and the ericaceous compost,
Yeah, which we have included.
Really nice amount of sun and keep them well watered, and you're all good.
So I like that collection a lot.
Yeah.
And also, I'm just thinking, when you actually break down the price, when you look at the price of just a punnet of blueberries,
Yes.
you know, a decent-sized punnet of blueberries is at least, I would say, £4 to £5.
Yep.
If you buy the smaller punnets, you get very few for about, I'd say, £3. You buy the bigger punnets, and the trouble is half of them go off because you don't eat them in time.
Mushy. Yeah.
So it makes so much sense to grow your own. And when you, I mean, I think they're a really attractive plant to grow as well. You know, a lot of us have got smaller gardens, and blueberries, you know, we look at the flowers, they're really pretty. Beck showed you the foliage in autumn, absolutely adorable, but then you get all of those fibrous, nutritious blueberries as well. Really like that one at $29.95. Just make sure this year you grow a bit more fruit and veg.
Yeah, just
so
a little
rewarding.
something. Just a little something. It's so much fun to do.
Yeah.
It tastes really sweet and delicious. And we do have so many different varieties. We've got something for everybody's garden and everybody's taste, don't we?
That's a nice collection, isn't it? Really nice collection. By the way, thank you to everyone that's placing an order today. We're going to have a great year. Remember, all you club members, all 45,000 of you, every time you order now, you get a massive discount. And what is wonderful, every time you now order our premium professional compost, you save £4.20. I mean, that is a huge... Every time you order.
Every single time you order.
Last year I must have bought at least 20 odd bags at least.
Yeah.
No, more.
Probably more.
Yeah.
For your garden.
Yeah.
And your mum's. And
Yeah,
the pub.
well, yeah. Probably way more.
I probably did 20 bags last
Yeah,
year. So
yeah.
So that's a big saving that mounts up.
Yeah.
It is our premium professional compost, so it is the best. We always say it, if there was any better compost, we definitely would be using it here at the YouGarden nursery and also subsequently in our own gardens as well. It's brilliant for pretty much 98% of the things you're going to plant in your garden. We do have a few that like the ericaceous compost on the show today, and we've done the deal on the ericaceous, but seeds through to trees and everything in between, brilliant. House plants, repotting all those once springtime comes. Mine are all in this premium professional compost, and they are thriving. Any plant you plant in here really does thrive. Here's Shaun doing his speedy potting up in the pub garden.
And
it
quick.
looks amazing, doesn't it, now that?
It does. They're all in flower now.
Yeah.
I can honestly say, even though I say it's the middle of January, the pub garden, all the pansies, violas, primroses, premiers, they all look fantastic. And I do put it down to this premium professional compost. And as we always say, we are a working nursery. Every year we plant hundreds of thousands of bare root roses, hydrangeas, ready-made hanging baskets, all in this compost. And if there was a better one, we'd be using it. Of course
we really would, yep.
You know, if there's another one on the market and it was like, yeah, going to give us better results with our growing, we would use it, but there isn't. And it's actually over the years, and we've worked with this compost now for many, many years, it's our top-selling, highest-rated item always.
Yeah, all the time. People come on a daily basis and rate this on the website and give it 5 stars and great comments, and it's because it works. Regulars, I know you know that this works, and if you've never used it, honestly, please do give it a go. I used to think that it didn't matter what compost you used, but you just got to think about it matters what you put in your own body, doesn't it? It really matters what you eat. It makes a big difference to our health, our mental health, as well as our physical health, and it's exactly the same for your plants. What you feed your plants is really important.
And it is false economy to buy cheaper compost, it really is. But now, say, to save £4.20 every single time you order. Don't forget, you always get postage included as well, and it means you're not having to go down to the DIY stores, go to the garden centres. We'll deliver it absolutely free of charge. And these are the 3 latest reviews. So David has said 10 out of 10, great products, nice and safe for all plants and seeds. Alan arrived quickly, well packaged, no large twigs or branches in the bag, just really nice soil wood bargain. And Alan, the reason why there are no twigs and branches is because that composted wood fibre is composted to such an amazing level. And another trusted customer, these are all the 3 last ones that have come in. excellent compost. Been using this for a few years. It is absolutely brilliant. Right, the best-selling plant today is the Verbena bonariensis.
As it should be.
It should be at this price.
I mean, it's $4.99, $4.24 if you're in the club, for a really well-established one as well, because this isn't one of the, it's not a 9-centimetre pot. This is, is it a 3 litre or something? It's a big one anyway. Yeah. Really nicely established.
2 litre one.
It's going to be rooty, yeah, look.
There you go.
Incredibly rooty there. Norfolk Eco is saying he saves his compost for his VIPs.
VIP plants. I think that is a yes. But then fact, I would argue all plants are important and VIPs.
That is premium professional compost in that pot right there. So yeah, it's a brilliant one. It is a see-through plant, as in it doesn't get too thick, too bushy. It creates a border, but it doesn't create a barrier. You can always see what's on the other side, and it plays so well with the other plants in the border as well, which is why it works brilliantly.
Can't wait for summer. Really can't.
I know. Looking at those videos, it really makes us long for it, doesn't it?
It does,
it's not far away. It's not far away.
What you don't want to do is get to May and June and then go, oh, I'll buy some Verbena. Fully winter hardy, plant them. I say plant them now. Look, if you've got snow and frost outside, no.
Yeah, don't worry.
That'll be very happy in that pot. You can leave it in there. You can leave it in there for a few months if you wanted to. But to buy this now at that price is incredible. You know, $4.24. And you imagine every one of these that you buy will get to about 1.5 metres this year, maybe even taller. And they are when they actually, in the growth season, they literally seem to grow overnight. They really do. So, an amazing plant. Grab it today. That is the best price we've seen. It is incredible. And with that new discount, $4.24. Who's bought the most of these, Just? People around. Yeah, a lot of you buying them in multiples.
Yeah, it's worth doing, honestly. So, you know, 1, 3, 5, 7, as many as you want to go for. I would definitely be going for sort of 3 plus if I were you.
I wasn't asking for names, Stu. I just... Well, I could have just said, you know, Emily. We don't have to give the full name and address. Emily, John. But well done if you are buying that one. It's been our most popular plant today, and I'm not surprised at that price. It's an absolute winner, and it's great for pollinators as well. As we mentioned earlier, last year was the worst year in 14 years for butterflies, which is very sad because it was we had such a wet spring. So brilliant if you're trying to attract more pollinators in your garden. There are so many reasons to get that. And actually, if you go for 3 of those for club members, it's still less than £13 as well. So phenomenal value for money. Right, we're going to move on to Angel's Wings next.
Yeah, the beautiful Senecio or Senecio. I love this one. I really do.
Yeah, you've had your eye on this for ages, haven't you?
I have. I do like these, but just because they create contrast, don't they? You know, that frosting, that colour of the leaves that you've got there against some darker foliage, like some Ophiopogon, the black grass that we've got, or the Formium that we've got on today. I just think that would be, a marriage made in heaven.
Yeah, if you imagine the Formium behind this, because that's going to grow taller than this at the front, and maybe last year if you got the Red Baron, bloodgrass.
Oh yeah,
you know, those together.
Or that lovely lobelia, Queen Victoria.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Wouldn't
that would look nice.
I mean, look at that. Obviously, your Formium needs to grow, thicken out a little bit. But yeah, that combination I think is beautiful. The shape of the leaves, the colour, the texture that you've got on here, how soft they are. It feels like a cat's ear. That is just, you just want to rub it,
I do think it's one of those plants that can work so well in so many different scenarios. But we will say, give it a bit of protection. So, when it's getting to these like -1, -2s, do give it protection. So I would grow it in a pot. It only goes to about 50 by 50 centimetres, so it doesn't grow too big, but do give it that extra bit of protection. And if you are, worried about some of your plants right now, obviously horticultural fleece is brilliant.
But old sheets, old blankets, towels.
And as long as the one thing I'll say is that generally, as long as it's breathable. Yeah. That you don't want to wrap things in lots of plastic, generally speaking.
Yeah, my mum uses bubble wrap, but round the pot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not around the plant.
I've used that in the greenhouse as well.
That can work really nicely.
But that one will need a bit of protection. So, but do bear that in mind. 450-169 at just £8.49.
Oh, right. What are you going for today?
Yes.
We're building our basket as we always do whilst we're talking. I'm definitely going for, well, I'm thinking about another Dixonia. I might get myself another Verbena, but Stu's put together a basket. Oh, my word, right. He has not put the code in yet, and I know that because I'm looking at the prices thinking,
they're way higher.
We can do better than that.
So at the moment, you're spending nearly £101. You've also got postage at £6.99. So the key to saving the most on YouGarden TV is using the offer code. So YGTV 0225.
Lovely.
Watch what happens, and it is amazing.
Oh, look at that.
I know, it's just fantastic. So we're not paying postage, we've now saved 30 pence, and you're actually getting more. So if you actually now look at the list, you'll see loads of free items. So the Blooming Fast, that'll make 100 litres of premium plant food free. We're getting a saving now on the Dixonia. That's now down to £4.99. Saving £8. You're now going to get a free Salix, the Japanese pink pussy willow. You get also our free Kolkwitzia there as well. And the heathers, £7.97.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a great basket. Love that. So, yeah, you need the code in order to create those savings. You also need to join our club today and save, particularly on this order. Look, £10.65 we can save on there. The club costs you £10 to join. So on that first order, we are paying for the cost of that club membership. £10 per year. It's one-off cost.
Can I see that picture of us at the top against you?
Are we pulling a silly face? Oh, I quite like it.
That's all right.
That looks all right.
That's all right.
So yeah,
we had
it's
such
just
fun.
£10 per year.
So Bex and I, we filmed a little new club promotional video, and do you know we enjoyed filming it so much because I think we were so keen to spread the word.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
It was like we were so like we were given a script, and every sort of like sentence we're like. We loved it. So it's like, you get 15% off all plants.
No way!
And then you get 7.5% off all machinery and big items. And then you get £20 worth of vouchers. And then you get your free postage vouchers. We loved it, didn't we?
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, it wasn't a chore to film because we wanted to spread the word. So if you're not a club member, join today. £10 a year on auto renewal, and the benefits are massive now. They're really good. Right. A lot of you have gone for the tree fern Dixonia at £4.99, £4.24 for club members. This is a cutie, isn't it?
It is a cutie. You're starting the journey with this because it's a baby, basically. Now you can get the big ones if you want, and we have them available. We've got a 3-foot log. It's like 275 quid or something or other. And if you've got the funds, then great. Go for the big one. Go and search the website. You'll be able to find it. You'll still get your 15% discount. But actually, I want to just extol the virtues of going for something at the early stages, getting a baby in your life and then enjoying that process. That's why I got this one. Yes, I'm impatient. If Mum, if you're watching now, she always said I joined the back of the queue when it comes to patients, and they'd run out by the time I got to the front of the queue. And that is very true. But actually, I wanted this as a baby. I want this to become an heirloom. I want to watch it over the next few decades that I am here grow into something bigger. And I really like that.
And I love that about gardening. I think sometimes you do want instant impact, but when you've actually bought something as a baby and you have it in your garden for 10, 20... I know I've got some plants in my current garden that are 20-odd years old.
It makes you really proud, though, doesn't it?
It does, and it's all those memories associated with it. You know, when we go out into our gardens, it's often a time for reflection and thought. It's our happy place. And when I remember Angela that we used to work with in our previous shopping channel, she said every plant should tell a story. And I walk around my garden. Some plants are from my mum's previous garden. My mum's still very much alive and well, by the way. Some plants I've had in several homes, and they remind me of which home and which garden they're in. And some plants my friends gave me. Most plants are from YouGarden. I can pretty much remember as well when I bought them as well, and what made me buy them. But that will be with you for many, many years. And I always say they're slow growing. You know, if you buy a log, it normally only goes about 1 centimetre a year. But yours actually grew remarkably quickly.
Well, I got lots of fronds from it, you
Yeah.
know, but it's about it getting a bit taller, isn't it? And
Yeah,
creating
that's
that, and that's the
gonna
bit
take a
that's
long
going to
time.
take ages. But yeah, put it somewhere nice and sheltered. They don't mind a shady spot. They like to be kept sort of damp. I'm not talking about overly wet, just nice damp conditions. That was perfect in my sort of shadier border there. That's where it lived. That's about a year to 18 months after I planted it, and then that's another sort of 6 months after that.
Beautiful.
Really, really gorgeous. Yeah, I mean it's still looking beautiful. The way to look after it though is, as I say, damp, shady, and then give it some winter protection. It can be frost hardy down to sort of the 0 to -2 or 3, but I brought mine in the last few days just because it was getting a bit too cold for it. So do give it that extra winter protection. Protect the crown. The growth comes from the centre, so that's what you need to do with it, and it will delight you for years. And hopefully you'll be able to hand it on to your children and your grandchildren.
And I love the fact that if you've always wanted a Dixonia, you can get one for $4.24 today for club members. I mean,
Amanda, you might want another one.
Do you know
I've
what?
got my fingers crossed for you, Amanda. I hope yours survives, but just in case, we've got one for $4.24.
I've ever seen the small ones in the garden centres.
No, that's true.
No. Anyway, honestly, $4.24, brilliant. Yes.
Right,
So I hope yours will survive, Amanda. Though.
Only got about 5 minutes left, so we'll just
Where's
finish
today
off.
gone?
I know. We've got our Chilean lantern tree. This one needs ericaceous compost, so the deal is there for you. We have got a deal on our 60-litre bag of ericaceous. Love this one. This one was top of my list when I was going through the show plan for this week because it's evergreen, first of all. Love a bit of evergreen foliage, but mostly it's about those flowers. Those beautiful sort of lantern, obviously, lantern-shaped flowers, the colour of them, that really speaks to me. I think it's unusual. I think it's, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, and would work really well with your rhododendrons and all of your acid-loving plants. 516165. Oh, we've got more orders coming in for Verbena bonariensis.
Somebody's gone for 4.
Somebody's gone for 4.
That's the most so far.
That is such a great plant. Trust me on that one. Bex loves it as well, you know.
I do.
But we're going to move on to another sensational deal. It's our deal of the week, and it's a heather collection. We call it the 4 seasons because heathers do look good every day of the year.
Yeah.
They really do. And you're saying your mum's just done a whole front garden now?
Yeah, so she's made the front garden very sort of low maintenance. It's gone through various changes over the years, but she's got sort of a gravel bit down and then a central bit in the middle there. And what she's done is change all of that over now into heather. She needs something low maintenance, but that looks beautiful. And this is beautiful and low maintenance every single sort of day of the year. It looks good. It's ground cover. It suppresses weed growth. It's a really nice, easy plant that just rewards.
Yeah, the only thing we do say is it does prefer an acid soil, and I'll be honest, I have tried to grow it in a regular soil, and it's done all right for a while, and then it's kind of given up a bit. So do treat that to some ericaceous compost. Absolutely. If your soil is not acidic. So yeah, all three of those, deal of the week, normally £20, $6.77 for club members. I'm going to keep giving the discount club prices because they are so good. You now get 15% off. That is so good. That's a reason to buy more plants this year.
Definitely, because we're getting even more.
Yeah, that was my New Year's resolution anyway, more plants.
That's my kind of maths. So I'm saving more so I can buy more.
Yeah. Right, so are we both here this Thursday? We are, aren't we?
I think we are, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely here.
I'm here.
Lovely,
it's a
there
date
you go.
back, so there you go. So hopefully it's a date with you. We are back on Thursday, live 10 o'clock until 1. Bex and I are going to be, do you know what, I'm freezing here, Bex. Can we go in the greenhouse this afternoon?
Yeah, I think the greenhouse will be great. So we'll be live on TikTok this afternoon from about 1:30, as soon as we can eat some lunch and get everything moved over, basically.
Yeah.
But it's from the houseplant habitat, so it's a lovely room because it's climate controlled. Obviously, houseplants need higher temperatures, so they've got this great big heater in there. So we'll do the show from there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
So if you're on TikTok already, then great, come and join us. We're on there. And if you're not on TikTok, have a little look. You might like it.
Yeah. And
if you don't, then don't. Stick with us on YGTV and come back on Thursday.
Yeah. And it's, I think at this time of the year when things are a bit maybe bleak, you're feeling a bit down, to have some beautiful new houseplants in your home can make the world of difference.
Oh, it really does, yeah.
And we've got some stunners this afternoon, some absolute stunners. Right, just quickly, we had a request to see the Abelia and the Rhododendron.
Yeah.
The Abelia, I mean, it's called Kaleidoscope, and you've got a kaleidoscope of colour on the. I mean, the foliage is pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is an amazing plant, but so you get the kaleidoscope colour from the foliage, and they're even more kaleidoscopic than you're seeing here. Deeper colours, darker colours, some black colours in there, burgundies, reds, a little bit of just a little bit of variegation you've got on there as well. But you're also going to get flowers on there. They have a lovely scent to them too. They burst from pink buds. They have a sort of pinky white colour to them. Like, it's a fantastic plant, this one. It's semi-evergreen, so our recommendation is plant it somewhere slightly sheltered, and that'll help you to keep hold of some of the foliage over the winter time.
I think it's absolutely beautiful, and down to just £9.99. Really good size on that one.
Yeah,
and then we have
really
got a stunning, I mean, a really well-priced Rhododendron. Marcel is coming up next. Have a look at this. And covered, I mean, I love the foliage on rhododendrons. Glossy, big, quite strong looking leaves, but look at the amount of buds on here. So when it comes to normally about April time, this will be covered in those lavender colour flowers. That is going to be amazing, isn't it?
That's going to be amazing, and you'll get all the beauty of it this year because you're getting it at the perfect time, you know, just ready for when it's going to burst into bloom and give you all of that delight. It's award-winning. It's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit. It does want ericaceous compost. So again, think about getting hold of our bag of ericaceous. It's a 60-litre bag, and we've got a deal on that. You can grow it in a pot quite happily. If you've already got acid soil in your garden, then you can put this in a nice sort of dappled shade border, and it will get to probably about 1.5 metres in height.
But relatively slow growing, so ideal for pots as well. I've got a few rhododendrons in pots, and they do very nicely there. But don't forget, we have got an offer on our ericaceous compost today. It has been an absolutely lovely show. So thank you to...
I had a good time.
Yeah, thanks to everyone that's chatted with us on Facebook and YouTube, and for all of those emails as well. And don't forget, today's free gift, as long as you use the offer code YGTV 0225 is...
It's one of the best ones. It is our Blooming Fast fertiliser. 100 grams makes 100 litres of the best feed you can possibly have in your garden.
Dingo, you just sent an email. God, let's squeeze it in.
Quick look. Dingo, plants. Hi, you two. I've ordered 2 angel wings, 4 pink clouds, 2 Ceanothus, and 6 iris peacock mix. Oh my God, what have I done? Cheers, Dingo.
Is that old Dingo? You know what? I like your order, Dingo, because you've got some...
There's some really nice ones there.
Yeah,
4 of the pink clouds, 2 angel wings, 2 Ceanothus, 6 iris peacock mix. That's
the iris
really
peacocks are really nice.
Lovely. Yeah, well done, Dingo. Thank you very much.
Right, for myself, Shaun, Ryan, Bex Edwards, Stu, who's in his lovely, warm little control room over there. It's been an absolute joy, an absolute pleasure. Well done to those new club members. You are going to save 15% every time you order, with loads of the benefits as well. We'll see you either this afternoon on TikTok or next week on YGTV at 10 o'clock.
Bye.